Hey y'all, welcome into the 11 Deep Dawgcast. I'm your host, Star Wars Dog, here with my co-host Brad Peaches and Cream.
Good
How you
morning.
doing tonight?
Doing great. And you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Georgia got a win today at home, blackout game against Tennessee.
It was
And
nice.
yeah,
It was real nice. It was great to see, actually.
yes sir. All right, let's roll the intro. All right, like we said, Georgia got the win today at home, blackout game. 31-17 is the final. Lots to break down for this game. Obviously started off kind of like we expected, but the Georgia team that we were hoping to see, we saw.
Man, if that is not the closest thing to the truth I've ever heard.
Yeah,
Where has this Georgia team been all season?
hit or miss. We saw them during Texas. We saw them during the second half of Alabama. You catch glimpses of them, but they seem to be a little skittish. The pool's cold, so it's hiding a little bit. You don't you don't always feel their presence this year. And we were talking backstage. I don't know how the rest of the season's going to go. I can't tell you affirmatively if Georgia's going to take it all the way. I have a strong feeling that we might not, but we could. Is that right, Brad? I mean,
Could, yes.
Mhm.
We'll get into that as the season progresses more. I have very indifferent thoughts on that.
Yeah.
When they have everything working together, all the cylinders are firing at the same time. This team looks unstoppable. Like
Yeah,
you
for sure.
you can't stop the defense, whether it's the line finally showing up or whether it's the back seven finally doing the secondary doing something. Or how about Smile Munden, CJ Allen? Those dudes were everywhere tonight. Either any part of the defense is going to be impactful at any given time.
Yeah.
If they ever get it all together alongside of the offense,
Mhm.
moving the ball consistently and sustaining drives and hold on, Georgia actually caught passes tonight. They
We still dropped a couple,
but
but
they held most of them.
yes,
And
we
like
did.
when it's all working together like the beautiful machine that it is, the University
Mhm.
of Georgia Bulldogs, it's a great thing, and I don't think anybody can beat them. But there's a big old but in there.
Mataween, sorry to hand it to you, but when you get here, if you get here, we got a nice juicy L to hand you.
Matt, how remember that thing you told me about 17 points? I really want to dig into that.
It was
What
17-17 at halftime.
was 17-17?
He couldn't have gotten closer than that. Goodness.
Oh,
Yeah, we got Mataween in the chat. We got old baby dog in here. Uh y'all if you're watching this, be sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit the like too. Let's help build this community more. I enjoy talking to y'all and building
funny.
friendships.
I can't.
Obviously, I met Brad here. He was just a subscriber, just a viewer, and now he's my lovely co-host. So
Lovely.
y'all
That's a
y'all do
great
me a
word.
favor. Be sure to do that. Anybody watching on the Twitters or on the Facebook, be sure to get over to the YouTube and do that as well. But with that said, I mean, bro, you talked about drop passes, and I don't I don't intend to pick at scabs or anything like that. But we started this game off a nice bomb to Arian Smith, and he fucking drops it.
Well, now you know my feelings on Arian Smith.
Uh huh.
So
I think you share a lot of feelings with a lot of fans.
so this might sound like sacrilege, but the defender actually made a great play on that ball. So did
Correct.
Arian Smith really drop the ball, or did the defender make a great play so he couldn't catch the ball?
Yes. Optically, though,
I'm
it
gonna
was.
I'm gonna give a nod,
Mhm.
my proverbial nod to the defender on that one,
Yep.
because we all know that I believe Arian Smith is Matt Landers incarnate.
Yes. Correct. And within that same breath, Delp had a drop, a similar circumstance. That defender hit him at the perfect time, at the perfect place,
And
and
he hadn't even quite
popped
yet
it through.
secured the ball
No,
because
he was
like
transitioning it.
my first watch, I thought it was like, oh no, that's a fumble. Then it's like, oh, okay.
Yep. Yep, that's exactly right, man. That's
But
that
no, you're right. The start, the offense, like I think I was texting one of my buddies. Um he just texted me, he's like, we're so back. But the same guy, I was like, yo, let's see, so I'm not lying. Make sure. Oh God. Where'd it go? I totally just Oh, he said, we are terrible. And then this was like first quarter, 2 minutes in, or right after our punt or
right.
out.
Mhm.
Offense is terrible. Same thing. Next drive.
Yep.
It's like the same 3 text messages over and over. He's like, we're terrible. The
Is
offense.
that how isn't that how we started today? It was
Yeah,
3
three
our
three
first
outs,
3 drives were 3 and outs, right?
3 and outs, and gave up 10 points.
Whew.
But then the offense started clicking, and
And where did it start?
14
Let's point
unanswered.
out where it started. I think it started with the Beck scramble where he decided
Lailed
to tuck
boom.
and run it, and he decided to lower that shoulder into that safety and laid him out like a child in the playground.
Wait, didn't Dominic Lovett get that one catch right before that?
Yes,
We had the yak, or was it
yes.
Arian? Somebody had a yak first.
I think you're right, but I think when the
I
switch was flipped for this offense,
Yeah, it was when that
and
shoulder. Yeah, when he hit the hit stick.
and
Yeah,
last night on Row 60's call-in show, I was talking to those lovely folks over there. Also, if you aren't aware of them yet, go find them on YouTube, Row 60. They're fantastic, fantastic watch. But I was telling them, all season for the most part, it the lack of energy and the fire and the it factor that we had so prominently with Stetson Bennett, uh, we just didn't have this year, And uh, I think when Beck lowered his shoulder into that safety, and it just ignited something, and we finally had some energy. We finally had some gumption on the sidelines. You know what I'm saying?
some looseness, if you will.
Yeah,
They were
yeah, for
playing,
sure.
just playing instead of operating, I guess is the word I want to use there. I think you're absolutely right. I personally, even though the hit stick is great, I think Carson hitting that with the yak, I
Yep.
actually think that's what made him hit the hit stick,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then the offensive line and the receiver seeing him put a safety on his ass
Mhm. Yep.
is
Oh, we
great.
got Uncle Don listening live from the Philippines.
Oh yeah,
Thank you, Uncle
Philippines.
Don. Hell yeah, love the hat too. Uh, so um seems how this time, Matween was is a fan of our opponent. Let's go ahead and bring him in to discuss. I know it might be slightly tough, but Matween, how you feeling, man?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, good job. You guys showed up tonight on both sides of the ball and had your backs up against the wall and disrespected in the playoff rankings. So
I,
kudos to.
I felt it was appropriate, to be honest.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I didn't.
No,
However, I think they kind of did you a favor putting you down there because you guys, Kirby got you guys ready, motivated, coming
Well,
back home finally after being on the road for a long time. So,
yeah, for
um,
sure.
Tennessee, the Vol, most sane Vol fans, that's not an oxymoron. There are some of us. We've had this, written down as a loss. This was going to be one of our two losses for the year,
Right.
from the get go.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a surprise that we lost. We just got out coached, and didn't get any breaks either. It's tough to
no,
get breaks on the road either.
No, yeah,
no,
we
So
had
you
a
did
couple
not
of
get. We got a couple.
yeah, we got a
Yeah.
Georgia got a couple.
yeah,
Malachi Starks, that was definitely pass
See,
interference.
I'm not remembering that one
Hang
to
on,
be
let me see if I can.
honest,
Let me get on the Twitter machine. See if
yeah.
I can find
Try to find some clips, but
because
yeah, and we were talking about this backstage too, Matt Tween, and obviously we're rival fan bases and everything else, and people say things about each other's fan bases, but I love and appreciate you being on here with us, and I like to fancy myself in this way as well, but you're a very measured fan. Like you're not wearing your orange and white glasses and Tennessee could do no wrong. You call out what you see, and I've that's what I kind of like to do as a fan. And that's why I think you jive so well with us here,
yeah. I mean, this goes back. I mean, just as long as I can remember, you know, you go through 10 years of hell like we did. You kind
Mhm.
of learn to really, like you said, be measured, manage your expectations. We're a lot better off now than we were, 4 or 5 years ago and 10 years ago for sure. But
Mhm.
certainly
yeah, it's
certainly climbing. You're building momentum, and at any moment
yeah,
you could strike, but there's a slight hump that y'all are yet to crest. And what was it, last year or so? It was the South Carolina game that just shattered you. um this time it was us, knocked
yeah,
you out of contention, and it's just you there's some pieces not quite there. I will say, and Brad said this when we were watching the ending of the game, y'all's defense was pretty pretty damn good.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think Tennessee's defense is better than Ole Miss.
I
Like
agree.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
hands down.
I just don't think we had any air in the tires for Ole Miss.
Yeah,
But this,
we're not going to talk about last week.
yeah. We
But no,
got all that aired out.
the I can't remember his name. He's like 25, the white corner.
What's up, Ron?
You guys have on Tennessee. That dude is a monster, a menace,
Mm-hmm.
a menace. He was all over the field. And then that one corner who was playing on top of he was usually playing against oh my god. Not
But
playing on
Jermon McCoy is our number one.
yeah, that
He
guy.
actually is number three. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that guy
he's
he's legit.
Bro, and on
yeah
the
he's a
topic of legit Tennessee players,
Pierce. Oh my god, dude was in the
oh,
backfield
I was
all
going to say
night.
their running back. Their running back is electric.
Yeah,
Samson. Yeah,
We've been
he's
talking about
special.
Samson all year though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
think that was
he's
just an average game
But
for
to
him,
see him
right?
against Georgia's defense, and
yeah,
again, Georgia's defense is not what it once was. Nonetheless, it's still wow. You talk about fall forward. What'd you say he averaged, Brad? Like 5.5
Yeah,
yards of carry?
something like that. It's like 5 point
Something like
something.
that. Like,
19
dude,
for
you can't ask
104.
for much better than that. That's good.
Yeah, it was
yeah. If he
great.
gets down there in the red zone, he gets his nose for the end zone. He's just one of those backs where
Mhm.
it's hard to tackle
Yeah, he was like
when
a
he gets down
pinball.
there.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
So
he's got good balance.
that's Tennessee's second loss, right?
Yeah, yeah. It should be our first. We screwed up against Arkansas.
Yeah.
I can't explain that at all. But
I didn't see, but I heard Texas kind of played with their food a little bit with Arkansas.
they didn't look too special today against Arkansas at home at Arkansas either. 20-10.
Interesting.
No blowout by any means. Texas, still, again, they have not played anybody.
I'm not gonna share
Well,
this.
they did, but they got beat.
Matt, does this clear up?
No offense.
Let's see.
You got to cover your face.
I'm on the phone here, so I'm trying to look.
You got to cover your face with the phone. It's trying to capture your face. There you go.
All right. At no point in time is that a hold, because talking about sane Tennessee fans, they're bitching and saying that's a hold, but his arms are still inside of the breastplate. What is going on? Let's go.
Well, the referees are no fan of we're no fan of the referees tonight, and it probably goes both ways.
Oh, it does, but that one's
tonight.
that one's a little bit ridiculous, and it's got like 20,000 interactions. It's just like, come on, guys. Like, yeah, you guys got screwed on 1, 2, or 3 calls. But
right.
I mean, the face mask, that's questionable to me. And maybe he palmed his face as it's going down, but not.
I'm on Tennessee's side on that one. I didn't see.
I'm not.
I didn't see the.
I am not. Mask. I am on Georgia's side because live in the play, the angle that we saw, and we also saw it in the review. But as the whole entanglement of the tackling was going, a hand did come down and grab. Now, it didn't forcefully yank down or yank the helmet off with that action, but he did grab.
I just sent you.
Yeah, when I saw it,
play it.
When I saw that, I immediately I yelled out to my buddy. I said, "That's a face mask. That's going to be a face mask."
Yeah, I was doing this in the living room when that happened.
Yeah, it's so. That is such a sensitive call. Your hand could touch a guy's face mask, and they technically could call it face mask. Inadvertent.
The one that really upset me the most. I have a little bit of Georgia bias, but that OPI from Arian Smith. That was like the most powder puff call I've ever seen.
Right. So this was a really bad angle of it, but the live action, obviously the helmet came off, but the helmet came off inside the chicken wing there.
Yeah.
But right on the other side of his thigh there when he was coming around with it, he did slip it, and his fingers were interlaced with it for a moment. Again, he didn't take him down by it, so perhaps there's a rule clarification that has to happen. But for the most part, that was I didn't see anything terribly wrong with that call. I mean, he did grab the face mask.
The one that really, other than that OPI call that I thought was powder puff, I can't find that one clip that I want to show that I'm about to speak about. Malachi,
push off.
Oh yeah,
the push off. That one kind of made me upset. Like,
that was questionable.
Technically, okay, sure. Technically, okay. But dude, they've been hand fighting all night. Come on, bro.
Well,
right.
Come on.
What I saw with that play, and you're not able to find it. I'll have to look and see.
Yeah, I'll keep looking in a second. But
the one that I saw is they were running together. Arian decided to come back to the ball because it was thrown perfectly to get separation. And as he did, he went like this, and the defender kept going, but he came back. So it looked like he had pushed, but I mean,
technically it was, but it wasn't like it was a powder puff call.
Go ahead.
It was a powder puff
call.
Yeah,
he was already moving past. But I was surprised I called that.
Like the one that really upset me the most, and Jim's about to jump all over my ass about this, but Malachi Starks, that was a fucking pass interference from hell.
You say I want to jump all over your ass. I don't remember it.
Oh god, it was like the first quarter, second quarter. It was early in the game.
I don't remember it.
It was like it was a third down. I think one of the first third downs they stopped, and Malachi Starks he got a credit for a PBU, but dude was like a second early, like tackling all over a squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Matt, you remember better where that's at. I'm trying to find it right now. I can't seem to find it. But that was a terrible, terrible no call. And I got upset about that because it's just not right. It's just not right. But they missed some too, so I guess. Oh, right here. I found it. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I'll send it to you so you can show it on the screen.
Yeah. I was going to say you could share it if you want.
I saw them on my
you
phone. I'm
find
not
it on your
doing my.
phone.
I got too many programs running on my PC
I
to
got you.
try
I
to
got
do that.
All right. Here we go. All right. So you claim this one was PI. I don't remember it. Let's check it.
But there's the veteran Malachi Starks. Just really never sees the football.
Oh, yeah.
There.
That's
There's
PI
the
like
veteran Malachi Starks. Just really never sees.
I thought that was perfect timing.
the balls takes an extra. Like you have to touch the ball when you do that. He's not breaking the pass up. He's hitting the receiver, and then the ball hits him. Like that's not perfect timing. That's pass interference.
Just really never sees the football.
See how like he wraps him up, then the ball hits.
Just really never sees the football out there.
I don't know if you guys ever noticed. Squirrel always jumps when he catches the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a
He's
flying.
a jump catcher. Yeah, he's a flying squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No pun intended. But yeah, that call right there.
He made a good catch over the middle like that, where he just and then took off like he was looking for another nut. But yeah, man.
Yeah, that no call really upset me. I don't know why.
That upset you.
It did. It really did because like, oh, this is what we're about to. It cheapened the win.
Right.
It did. But then there was like a couple of holding that Tennessee offensive line didn't get. You know,
I mean,
there's a couple Georgia didn't get.
I know
they tried to figure it out. Right. I think.
Right. I know my opinion. Matt, do you think we won because of calls?
No, you won primarily because of play calling and execution.
Scheming, yeah.
Your scheme, your offense is a pro offense, and you guys were on your game tonight.
Finally,
receivers were catching balls, finding the holes in the defense. You did a great job of mixing in some high tempo, fast tempo, and then slowing down. So you countered a lot of our ability to substitute, and you kept us on our heels, and didn't give us enough time to get pressure to bet. And I think that is really the key. Is you've got a good quarterback that can make those little thread the needle and get those little passes in there and not get pressured, then you can drive it on us. That's how you counter a good pass rush. Is you get it out of the quarterback's hands fast. And you guys did that a lot, especially with Delp. Delp just ate us up tonight.
Well, and I want to say too, Brad, we've harped on this offensive line for a big reason of a contributing factor to Beck's poor performances too. He can only do so much with little time. I do think Ole Miss's front defensive line was a bit more aggressive than Tennessee's today, but we also, and maybe not because what I'm about to say, we had a pretty good, like significant change of personnel on the offensive line tonight. I don't know if you noticed that, but we had different people out there tonight.
Oh yeah, I think Bobo Tate and Dylan Faircloth and Micah Morris were all on the line.
Correct.
With Xavier Truss, which I was not upset about.
Yeah.
Like I really wish they'd put Xavier Truss back at guard. But
Truss at tackle?
Yeah, Truss was still at tackle.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, he doesn't need to be at tackle, but for the most part, that personnel change.
When it comes to pass protection on Georgia's offensive line, I actually think they're excellent. Like
tonight, they for sure were.
But even last week, last week they went up against an NFL front four. There's no doubt about it. But throughout the season, they're actually really good in pass protection.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to run blocking, though, mediocre at best.
Not okra.
Mediocre.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
And I think a lot of pre-snap penalties on both sides of the balls killed our drives and sustained yours in a few occasions too. You got us with some.
Yeah.
We got some offside penalties. We were jumping the snap, and then false starts on our end.
What was that one where we got that OPI, and then it was like a. Oh no, that was the face mask where they got a negative 30-yard penalty because of the OPI, and then 35 yards for
Yeah.
Oh, that was
big swing. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll say let's give a big hand to the atmosphere created today by the Georgia fans showing up for the blackout. It was loud in there. It did disrupt Tennessee's play, and it was quite the factor.
Oh, yeah, it was
fans,
great.
They gave it everything they got.
Push it out. Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got.
All right, Matt. All right, so we got to talk about these 17 points.
Yeah.
You and I have talked many times about how you wish Tennessee would score more than 17 points. What seems to be the holdup? Because it's not Georgia didn't do anything spectacular tonight. Sure, they executed well. Sure, they were doing good things.
Wait, isn't Georgia the first team to play Tennessee and score more than 20 points?
Yes, but we're not talking about their defense. We're talking about Tennessee's offense not scoring more than 17 points.
Yeah, it still continues to be I think a two-pronged issue. I think it's the offensive line is not the best. We can't block consistently enough for Nico, of course, and then it's Nico making bad decisions, either feeling like he needs to be rushed and moving out, not making his progressions, not hitting the guys. It's just it's an all 11 thing really. That's either at one point or another you could just take your pick at who to point the finger at. They got to work all together, and it's not really gelling completely on the passing. I don't know what our third down completion percentage was tonight, or conversion, but it's probably not good.
Oh, I beg to differ, sir. Hang on, I'll find that while you continue.
And had some easy drops tonight, easy catches that were drops early in the game that probably should have had.
Drops will kill you. We understand that.
Yeah. I think the offense is just so designed to, you got one read, the guy's got to be open, and then after that, it's kind of it breaks down a lot. Nico had to make a lot of runs tonight, even when he didn't need to.
Yeah,
I thought he was a little impatient sometimes.
He was a greased up hog out there, man. We even like the last play from Tennessee of the game. Dude, he slipped like 4 tackles. I was like, oh my god, could you just tackle him? Jesus.
Yeah, he got banged up on that play too.
Downhill speed coming at him, and they just whiff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tennessee is just, last week we got 33 against Mississippi State, which,
So you guys tonight were 10 of 18 on third down, and 5 of those came in garbage time.
Okay. So.
Or 5 of the 8.
A little over 50%. So
yes, I mean, that was great. And then 100%. No, you went for it twice on fourth down. Oh. But third down, I didn't think Georgia's defense was ever going to get off the field in the first 3 quarters, honestly.
It actually didn't seem to matter for the outcome of the game. However, in the third quarter, I believe it was, you guys had a pretty long drive against us.
Yeah, it was
and
like
then
11 minutes.
You decided to punt, back it up, take the penalty and punt.
Right. Yeah.
On about our 40 or 45. And I thought, you guys have got us on the heels. You're up 7. I would say go for the jugular. I really thought you guys would have gone for it because we couldn't stop you, and all you needed was 4 yards.
Well, we can't run the ball.
No, but you can pass it. And you were doing well.
Well, Carson
I would say
62% tonight. Like he 25 of 40, but he did get 350 yards. So I mean, it's
Yeah. I mean, you got, but anyway, yeah, I would have expected you guys to go there. Surprised you didn't. But
Looking back at it now with hindsight, that 7-point lead late in the game like that pretty much was the death sentence.
that's all you needed. Yeah.
That's it. And then,
I mean, you guys essentially scored, you beat us 31-7 after we got up 10.
Mm-hmm.
It was just over. We had no answer on defense nor offense, really. Couldn't get it. You know, I still think, you know, we had some pretty good drives, and then we had false starts or a hold. Stuff like that really kills your drives against an elite team. There's the margin for error is so slim.
He had nine penalties for 70 yards.
Yeah, that's probably about average for us. Heupel's offense have been like Heupel's teams, not just defense, but offense too, has been notorious for having a lot of penalties. Go back to UCF. Mm-hmm. It just, I think it's the pace at which he plays. He doesn't care as much, and I think that does, to a certain extent, affect how you develop players and, you know, progress. Is you don't maybe focus on these things as much and say, well, we can make an error here, but at the rate we play, we can overcome it. Right. Not always. It'll catch up with you.
I think Kirby Smart has just figured out how to beat that. Like, I love that tennis, and I stand by, I'm not going to say it live, but I stand by what our DMs say about next year. But I do believe Kirby Smart has figured out how to play this scheme. The hurry up, the whatever it is. I don't even know how to really put a nomenclature on the offense of Tennessee. But Kirby Smart's figured out how to play it on defense for sure. Or Glenn Schumann, he both of them have. I thought I thought Mike Bobo was going to Bobo this thing in the first quarter. Anyway.
So Dog Nation has stayed the execution on Bobo for another week. Is what I'm gathering.
Well, part of Dog Nation.
He's back in the good graces.
There's always going to be those fans that are just fully on.
Yeah, y'all didn't score 45 against us, so if you need to fire him.
Yeah. Right. I will let it be known, everyone knows here, that I stick up for Bobo on a regular basis. So don't come after me.
No, because you're level-headed.
And today was a good reason. And right here was a beautifully drawn up play.
A little bit of
that
first touchdown.
That's a pro play right there.
It was gorgeous.
Who throws that ball?
Brett Favre against Philadelphia. He's made that exact play. Three man in a triangle coverage, and he threads the needle.
I think that's why. I think he's been trying to make a lot more of those throws this year. Carson Beck has, but I also think that's why he has 17,000 interceptions this year.
Well, Brett Favre was that way too.
Because sometimes he could just.
He's a stupid son of a bitch.
Sometimes, sometimes.
He just slings that tater.
So absolutely. So we just saw one touchdown pass to Delp. Here was the breakup. Again, perfectly timed hit. Watch this.
I lean more towards fumble.
No, not quite.
He made the football move. He might not have secured the football move, but he made the move with the ball.
He had control.
Right there, he had control with it with both hands. Right there, made a football move, got hit. That is a fumble.
I will say that I told my friend this, and I'm still bitter about it 30 years later. But Jabbar Gaffney caught a touchdown pass against Tennessee back in like the late 90s, and he had the ball less time than that guy right there had that ball, and they called it a touchdown in the end zone. We swatted it out of his hands, but the refs called a touchdown. That should have been a completion there by that logic.
Yes.
But it wasn't.
I mean, as a Georgia fan, I'm thankful they called it an incompletion.
Right? Now, you guys missed a wide open touchdown too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, Dominic Lovett. Like,
big time.
Yeah.
It was overthrown though too, but still,
he's like 4 inches too short to be going for that route.
Yeah.
maybe blame Carson Beck because he didn't have a defender within 17 yards of him. But
Yeah, he could have
He
just
freaked
thrown the
out.
ball to him. Instead, he shit whipped it into the air. Either
Yeah.
way, Beck had a good game. I think my game ball. I can get it without fucking everything up. My game ball today would probably go to KJ Bolden. I think he was an absolute disruptor today.
fucking piss missile.
Dude, and Dan Jackson usually gets this ball from me, and he played fantastic today as well. But KJ Bolden was involved. What's his tackle line for today? Because he had 8 tackles, 7 was solo, no sacks, but bro, he was disrupting like crazy.
Should have had a pick there towards the end of the game.
Oh yeah, he laid out for it too.
Except for Nico made a terrible throw. Shocker.
Right.
Yeah, that's far. That's too far.
Matt,
Nico's,
what do you leading up to the game all week, there was talks about Nico's health.
Yeah.
Did he look fully healthy to you today? Because I didn't see anything on the
He
contrary.
looked fine.
Until
looked
the
fine
very end.
tonight.
He looked a little shaken at the end, but
maybe a bit of gamesmanship.
Well, Josh Heupel's middle name is gamesmanship. He learned. He's learning from the Bill Belichick school of vagueness when it comes to injuries.
Right.
I do believe that there was a concussion issue. However, he's never going to show any. He's never going to tell. He's never going to tip his hand.
Right.
As
Now,
any good coach should.
Speaking of gamesmanship, and I know you hate it just as much as any other fan of a team, but y'all decided to do a fake injury.
Yeah, we had some lay down linemen tonight.
There's only one.
One, yeah, Norman. I think Norman Light, where he kind of went down. Which, by the way, I'm surprised he didn't get a personal foul. He's usually good for one a game. Tonight he didn't do that, but yeah, that was pretty obvious, I think.
Yeah. Looked
I
at
hate
the
it.
sideline, went down, and then your Bobby Hill of a coach come walking up and was talking to him like this, covering his mouth, like you want to.
Sell it better next time, man.
Yeah, you're gonna open a can of tuna and tell me I don't smell fish. Like you
roll around and writhe in pain next time if you're gonna sell it.
Yeah, sell it a little bit. Now I did see like one of the opening drives for Tennessee. There was a bit of a push and shoving match, and one of our Georgia players did the
yeah, and the ref said, "Get your ass up."
I'm sorry. Can you do that noise again? I'm gonna do that. Whoever
that ref said, pointed at him, "Get up, son."
What's up, Caleb?
Not much.
Great to see you. Hey, did you guys cover today?
I think I already told you that.
No, I just showmanship right here.
No, we did not.
Oh, dude, you guys are like the best team in the country. How could you not cover 19 points?
Where did that come from? 14.
No.
14. Excuse me. What's the difference?
I will say, that's a team that I don't think anybody's team wants to meet.
Nobody wants that smoke. They don't want that cock smoke.
Bring it here, buddy.
I don't want it. I don't want it as a Georgia fan.
None of it.
And Vandy this year, nope. Just
brother.
Yeah, stay away. Stay away.
Sorry, I'm a little late. I had to go get some refreshments and make some dinner. What's up, old Mama Jim?
Ooh, you got a little Miller Lite going.
Oh, no, I'm not doing it. I had to cut my activity short today because I thought at about 5 o'clock I was going to have to go into work this evening.
What was what's his name?
His name is Jim. Jim
Come on,
Burrow.
you motherfucker. Oh, shit. God damn it. Same shit, different day.
What is the actual video of? Like, what's he doing?
He does all sorts of skits like that.
It's a skit. Okay, I thought it was just.
Yeah, he's like a voice actor. He's really cool, funny.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna give this one to
His
you.
stand up and sit one is so fucking funny to me.
I'm gonna give this one to you as well, Jim. I want to discuss this in the panel because we have to take our red and black glasses off. But I actually believe that should have been called for a false start.
Okay, let's see.
I know what you're talking about.
Loses balance, and then the ball came. He started to fall back.
What say the panel?
Loses balance.
Yes, I've seen it called before. Yes.
So
the way he had to catch himself with the foot coming off the ground.
Loses balance, and then the ball came. He started to.
I've never seen that before.
He can clap. Well, I've never seen a false start called on a quarterback before in my life.
So that's what's going to be my question.
But I think that.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's justified right there as a false start, right? I'm not crazy.
I mean, don't some quarterbacks do like the leg hike? Like
but they hike it. They don't move.
They're not moving.
They're not
They're
moving
moving laterally though.
Yeah.
Right.
But running backs are allowed to. Running backs, tight ends, wide receivers, skill players are allowed.
You can have emotion, man, but I don't think the quarterback can be in motion.
That to me is like simulating the snap, the motion of the play.
What about if you're calling an audible and you start moving?
Yeah, what about
you're in the process of calling an audible though?
Be moving during a trick play, the sneaky snap. Well, I guess in those scenarios, they're like the man in motion now, right? So I really don't know the rules enough to be able to tell you.
Okay, so here we go.
Offensive lineman move backwards.
I'd love to have the NCAA rule, and if we go long enough, I'll find it. In American football, a false start is movement by an offensive player other than the center after he has taken a set position. For offensive linemen, this movement might be as minimal as a couple of centimeters, although the rule's intent is to prevent offensive players from unfairly drawing the defense off sides. So I think the focus of offsides is that line. I don't think it's the quarterback. That would be weird, in my opinion, to call offsides false start on the quarterback.
And I could also see where that wouldn't be like something that somebody was watching for either.
But I will say, how funny would it have been if he hadn't caught himself? And y'all still win. Y'all even if it doesn't, but y'all still win. But no one remembers y'all win. All anyone's gonna remember is Carson Beck just falls over in the second quarter.
Did an ST plunge. Yeah.
Caleb.
Yeah.
You have some explaining to do.
Okay. So here, I know what you're gonna do. It wasn't everybody. It was a couple of people. Okay. I'll tell you what I think this is. I think this is people that missed out on A&M with the more acceptable time to have done it this season. I think what you've got over here are a couple of people who haven't seen us beat Missouri in 5 years. I think that's what. Now, I have to wonder, because there's an overhead shot that shows maybe 30, 40 people on the field. I have to wonder if we're going to get fined for that. I imagine we will. But
yep.
First off, congrats, Missouri. You came, you lost, and you got $500,000.
South Carolina, don't make Mizzou elite. Okay, they're not.
They're not.
Congratulations for putting Drunkowitz out of the playoff hunt in his own mind, at least.
Yes, but they're bowl bound.
But you also, guys, the most punchable face in football.
Yeah.
with the comb over type thing. He's got
Yeah.
going on.
Screw his hype about we still got playoff. We still got playoff. No, you don't.
Before we get too far away from those fans that stormed the field, I have a message for you.
He's a stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You talking about Drinkowitz, right?
No, the people that stormed the field.
Yeah, it wasn't very was not really a storm-worthy event. If we
Not
had
your finest moment.
we had covered, beaten by 20, I'd been okay with it.
Isn't there like a trailer park right next door?
Isn't that where you live, Caleb?
Both of you. No,
That's no cap.
There are no trailer parks next door.
In Columbia?
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
I mean,
In next to that stadium, no.
Williams Bryce Trailer Park, right? It's a real
Nope.
thing.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
I mean,
Well, y'all take it away. I'm gonna refill my water.
It's mobile condos is what it is.
oh, okay. All right. So you said,
it's the funniest thing that I think I've ever heard Matt say.
so Caleb, you said in the green room you wanted to get on your vent. So I am ready to
All right,
hear it.
so I hope my good friend of mine texted me and told me tell him when I'm on here. I hope he's watching. So here we go. Okay. First off, huge game was in there in Columbia today. Might have been one of the second biggest game in the SEC this weekend. I think Georgia Tennessee takes it. Number one, no doubt. Game day should have been there. They were there. SEC, I forget what their show is called. They should have been there. Everyone should have been there. That was an important game, not only for the conference, for both teams, and for playoffs. No doubt about it. But nothing can be said that the underlying currents of Mizzou and South Carolina meeting today were just beautiful. We haven't beat Missouri in 5 years. Last time we beat them, I was sitting about a quarter mile away from the stadium at my sister's stupid engagement party because my father couldn't schedule it at a different time. Should have been in the fucking stands watching us beat them in the rain game with Michael Scarnecchia, who should have been the celebrity captain today, but he wasn't. Some weird bald-headed guy that said whoop their ass. So South Carolina comes out and just crashes Missouri. I think it was 21-6 at half. Just beats the shit out of them. And then we come out in the second half and play what I think was the worst third quarter of football I've seen in about a decade. Some of the worst calls I've ever seen. Shane Beamer, you did a hell of a job in the first half, a hell of a job in that second quarter. Whether it's you or Dowell calling the plays, whoever called those last two drives, chef's kiss. Beautiful job. But who thought it was a good idea to call 2 4th and shorts in our own side of the field on our 30-yard line?
Lane
You
Kiffin.
went for it on 4th and 2.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
You punt. You're not the dude from in the high school leagues that doesn't punt. You punt. You've got a award-winning punter. You've got one of the best punters in the country. And you don't even, it's not even a fake. It's just straight up, let's just try to run it. After we've been shut down by Missouri's defense on the run all day. Like, it's just annoying. I feel like we keep making gains and then something happens and sets us back. Now, luckily, we were able to overcome the shortfalls today. But you're not beating Clemson doing that. If you want to beat Clemson, Shane Beamer, if you want to be the winningest coach within 4 years of his start, which he can be if he beats Clemson, he will tie Steve Spurrier when we beat Wofford next week, and he will be the winningest coach after 4 seasons if he beats Clemson. but he will not do that if he plays football. If he could plays like that, it will not.
Quick question.
Yeah.
From this season alone, did Shane Beamer get a 2-year extension? I mean, not officially, but just as a perspective.
I think so. I don't want to give him an extension. I think he earned an extension after the 2 seasons ago after the Tennessee and the Clemson win. I think we've got him locked in until like 28. I think. I don't think you give him an extension right now. I think you let him come back. Maybe you give Clayton White a raise or DC. Maybe you do some other stuff. But you tell him, you let him know you're our guy. You do whatever you can without giving him an extension. I think he needs another year of growth to earn an extension. Every single time a coach has a really good year, they don't deserve an extension just for having a really good year.
Well, speaking of that, Billy Napier solidified his job this year.
Yeah, but he did not earn it. Unless his contract runs out next year, he did not earn an extension, in my opinion.
Oh, no. But they're not going to fire him now.
Exactly.
Before we get too far ahead, you were talking about your punter and how he's one of the best. Let me show you what one of the best looks like.
Oh, my game ball. This is who got my game ball.
Oh, he saved the touchdown.
Carter is going to give it a go from the 37.
What a punt return, though. Not a single block in the back. How impressive is that?
That's the punter. Let's go, Brett Thorson.
And let me see if I can find ours where Ty Kroger did the same thing.
Well, that's the first. That's the first returned punt Georgia's had in 4 seasons.
From Brad to him.
Yep.
Game ball goes to him.
No, I thought you said. I thought it was.
Or it might be 5 seasons.
No. It's punt return for a touchdown.
No.
Period. Punt return.
Okay.
Punt return yards.
You are not going to convince me. Call me Doubting Thomas. Hang on. Bro, you are not going to convince me.
Caleb.
That in 5 seasons,
yes,
no one has stepped an extra foot.
Yes,
after catching a punt.
No, they always
before that on the season, we had -8 yards returned. Before that, and for the past 5 seasons, 0 yards returned.
That's the first one.
Yeah,
dude.
I tell you what, that's how you win a football game.
It helps. It certainly helps.
Yep.
He's getting 5-second hang times.
You win the kicking game, you're doing well.
Between him, Jake Camarda, yeah, man, we've been rock solid on that shit.
No thanks, I'm driving.
The fuck? Yeah. I'm glad I could find that. That took a minute to find, but yeah, it was good. But yeah, Caleb, as far as your Cox go today, gave him the cushion again, like you said. The coaching decision for them to go for it on 4th down in their own territory was piss poor, but to be able to come back and score when you needed to. And seal the game with a sack and then an interception. Poetic ending.
So this is ESPN's ESPN's probability. And I can tell you right now, I'll bet you right here is the first one, the first 4th and goal or 4th and 2, and then I'll bet you this is the next 4th and 2.
Yeah, likely.
This is obviously their touchdown.
Actually, I think it's the 2 humps.
You think these are the? And then
I think those are the 4th downs.
Okay, yeah, that would make more sense. So there were 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Which is why this comes back down.
Yep.
And then that makes sense.
Yeah, y'all made it harder than it should have been.
For sure.
One of the
who's South Carolina's main recruiter?
Oh,
you know what I mean? So
honestly, I think it's Shane Beamer. I know what you mean. Spurrier Jr. used to be the main recruiter for South Carolina in 2010, 2011. But it genuinely might be Shane Beamer.
Yeah, that's not a good mix
I
because
had a-
coaching.
with them sunglasses.
I had a
Let's
question
see.
run through my head while I was watching the game. You know how you'll get like the university ads, like for the
Yeah,
college, like
absolutely.
all the highlights. Is there any reason why we don't see like recruiting type ads to where it's like showing off the facilities and the intensity of practice or whatever it might be? Is there any
Probably
reason why we don't see that?
because the commercials are not made by the universities. They're made by the SEC.
Yes,
Is my
But
guess.
what if somebody like a booster or something wanted to
because
do that?
they're not advertising to however many people watch the game to come play college football.
Yeah, and also the advertisement is on field. That's
Yes.
all you
I
need.
guess
Yeah.
I guess we do see that kind of stuff on social media, which is where
which is where they are.
where
Like-
they
Let's
Like
see.
like they
That's
don't
fair.
want me to come try out for the University of Georgia football team. Like
right.
why would they spend resources on that?
Why
They
why
want
would
to
you
show
want-
test tubes and slide rules and nerds
Yeah.
in lab coats.
why would you want a
100,000%.
50-something-year-old against 20-something-year-olds? Why
Hey,
why
but
would
hey, if
somebody
you want a
wanna see that?
college degree, you should come join this conference.
You're just gonna speed
Yeah.
past that, Brad? Damn, I thought that was good.
I
I
caught it.
appreciate Caleb for getting that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I caught it.
I was
Yeah.
trying to like make it sting that much harder.
Yeah.
Not making it awkward, bud.
So I'll bet you if I had the game day book thing, it'd tell me who that. I'm sure y'all have them there. You go to Stanford, and there's a bunch of people saying, "Here, buy the book."
Programs.
Program, yeah. I'm sure the program listed.
Program.
The recruiters are not listed on the website,
Right.
at least under coaches.
Well, Well, this just brings you back into the question. Like, he's such a bad, mediocre, above mediocre game time coach, decision making wise, apparently. But he's your best recruiter and is clearly doing something well. So that's just I don't think that's not a good dynamic. And
I would say to go to 247 or Rivals and look at their top recruit and see what coaches linked to their name.
Yeah,
that's a good
A
point.
lot of times it'll tell you who the coach that got them.
So what I will say is, first off, it depends on who's calling the plays. If Beamer's the one calling the plays, and sometimes, and I'm sure we're both aware of this, sometimes the head coach will go, "I'm calling this play. This is my play." Like I've seen instances
veto power
up and down. Yeah. If Shane Beamer made the call for those two fourth down conversions, then I got a problem with that. We were 2-5 in fourth down conversions today.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them back to back. So we had three of them on one drive, which is a problem. You shouldn't have that. But it was early, and we were relying on the run before we kind of figured out that they were really shutting down the run very well. This was Rocket Sanders did not break 100 for the first time in I think 4 weeks. I think this would have been the fourth week in a row. But what I do love, let me see if I can find this. I'm pretty sure. Here we go. From Brad Crawford at 247. Lenora Sellers threw for 353 yards and 5 touchdowns tonight. Led a 75-yard TD drive down a point with 5 minutes left, and another 70-yard touchdown drive to win it with 47 seconds. Drop yo nuts.
yeah, Rocket Sanders on that last play was
would not be denied. In fact, who wants to watch that last play?
I'm not against it.
Please pull it up.
So, we're not.
I just saw
I don't want.
I just saw a linebacker from Oregon give someone a grade 7 concussion.
Why would it do that?
Well, so one of the things that I want to play is, and I'll probably play in the back. You were talking about who's your best recruiter, and this is our best recruiter, honestly. Present share screen.
So many buttons.
Oh,
Oh, the intro video?
So intro video. It's a whole bunch of touchdowns. Get ready for the second half.
yeah.
See how dark it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, the environment is what you're speaking of with the haptics. Inner Sandstorm.
Yes.
Yeah.
It might not
Da-da-da-da.
do it. It might not do it. We're talking.
I hope so. That's why I keep dropping it down a little bit. Watch this.
Da-da-da-da-da.
All right. Volume up. Volume up.
Yeah, this is what college football is nowadays.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
good.
And here come the
Light
red.
shows, smoke shows, fireworks.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's what it is.
That's
Like
why,
it- If tickets weren't $700, I would have went to the game tonight.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
also didn't want to deal with traffic because I have a friend. He works for the Clark County Sheriff's Department, and he said it was abysmal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
Matt,
look.
Matt, you brought up fireworks. Finally, Georgia has gotten with the times, and we have pyrotechnics at Sanford Stadium. Let's go, baby.
Bad decision. Should've
Yeah, I
got-
saw the smoke. I could barely see the play on the field. 'cause
yeah, I
of the
know,
smoke.
right?
Right?
They should have
Yeah, well
went with
Did
the
done.
they
drone.
have fireworks before this season?
Nope.
No,
This is the first time ever.
Wow.
I don't know why they went with fireworks instead of getting drones.
do
Bro,
both.
yeah. The Texas drone show was
I was just gonna say
incredible.
when Texas starts using it to do more than just like cool little things, we're all going to regret letting them take a lead in that.
Dude, I mean, they got the money to do it too. But bro, that shit's so freaking cool. And shout out to Row 60 again, but Adam from Row 60, it took him forever to figure out how the fuck they were doing that. He didn't know it was drones. Like he was like, what is going on? How are they timing these fireworks? Like he couldn't figure it out. But yeah, man, it was so cool. If you can somebody find a video of that? Seems how we're talking about it. We might as well show somebody.
The drone show or
Yeah.
him trying to talk about figuring it out because that was hilarious. I want to get
the drone show.
I want to get a video. They're not on Twitter.
This is
yet.
y'all's.
Oh, okay. Okay. Perfect. Can you full screen it?
Absolutely, I can.
Thank
You want to hear it too?
Nah, that's
Yeah.
fine. It's probably music.
I mean, look, that is incredible.
It's so cool, but it gets cooler.
I take it their stadium started off as a half dome, not dome, half bowl.
I think so.
Probably.
They seat like 101,000.
They made a
Jeez.
longhorn in the sky. It's just so flipping cool.
Did y'all see the video of the guy biking down the forest path, and there's a fucking longhorn in his way?
That's hilarious. I did not.
Yeah, University
Oh,
of Georgia
man,
missed
that's so
out
cool.
spending money on pyro instead of doing drones.
Yeah, I think
Do they do
don't-
this for everything? Like
I'm
every
sure-
game they have a
I'm-
drone show?
I'm sure like night games they do.
Because I do know that this was the same weekend that they had
Yeah, F1.
the F1 in town.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
I wonder if a little more money was spent. Holy shit! How did they do that?
they had
fireworks up there.
like sparklers on the drones.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Bro, yeah.
Imagine a chicken like that in the sky. Absolutely. Horse
So cool, man.
down.
Fuck Texas, but that is awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Also, I'm curious why they left all the stadium lights on. Like, to turn that shit down.
It's probably a safety thing. Like how they get away with it in South Carolina. It's probably because it's next to a trailer park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a hazard thing for.
I got a whole lot of power here, Brad.
It's fine. It's fine,
Dude. Such a cool freaking.
That is
show,
awesome.
Man.
Now, clearly something. Oh, never mind. Yeah, something messed up with some of those, but still, that is
They burned out.
Little
Super fucking cool. Yeah. I don't know.
But I'm ready to see how Georgia's light show that they got to use for the first time in like 2 seasons was this evening.
So, did we steal that from Alabama or did we do it?
No,
first?
we had lights first.
We had lights
Yeah,
first.
we stole it from y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alabama, South Carolina, I think got them the same year.
You never want to be the one
we
to
got
steal
them.
it, but
honestly, Alabama and us, yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, at this point now, like, bro,
it makes everything better.
Fireworks, yes. Drones, yes, please. Like, come on now. During halftime, you get a nice bulldog out there too.
Well,
Like,
let's reel this in a little bit. Let's keep the main thing, not to take a Kirbyism, but the sport is actually what we're here for. The environments are fun, and does it draw a big crowd? Well, I'd hope so. And I hope they have some entertainment during the 19-minute commercial breaks.
Yeah.
But also on the same token, if you're paying again for terrible tickets to go to this game, if you were buying tickets this week, were $700 a piece.
Terribly expensive.
Like you better entertain me during commercial breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better have something going on.
And more than just welcome the women's basket team.
Yeah, like but also
go
ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Jelly Roll was at the game in Knoxville last weekend.
Yeah.
And now I got lucky. I did get to go for free. But most of those tickets were probably upper level nosebleeds were probably going to be about $400 or more. Jelly Roll better have come out and sang a song for that.
Something.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting to a saturation point here, or just a limit to where the common fan is going to play to go to the game.
Yeah, it'll turn it into NFL games to where it's not even like now NFL games are
it's worse. It's worse than NFL games.
Yeah, but because nobody wants to go because nobody can.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The food wise, absolutely. But food and college games are getting up there too.
Actually, in Mercedes-Benz, food is super affordable.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Hold up. Did you just actually me?
Yes. Yes. You can feed a family of 4 at Mercedes-Benz
the only one.
With alcohol for the parents for less than $50.
It's the only stadium that's like that though.
That's great.
Yeah, remember it was a huge. They had all the graphics about it, like when Mercedes-Benz opened, 2017, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. All the graphics showing it's the cheapest place to eat in any. Well, I tell you what's even funnier though is Mercedes-Benz is used for the vast majority, or maybe not vast majority, but the majority of their stuff is on Sunday.
Yeah.
Where you can't get Chick-fil-A.
Right. But you go right down the road to Truist Park, and dear God, went to a Braves game this year. I got stuck babysitting. I say stuck babysitting. Went to a Braves game. A beer, a burger, and a glizzy was like $64. I was like, oh my God.
I'll tell you, and that's one of the things that's better. Why college baseball is better, because I can go to Founders and with a 20 and eat a burger, get a beer, get a big drink, and get an ice cream.
That's
like $20.
That's good. Yeah.
But back to the main string of this conversation, with the current trajectories of Tennessee and South Carolina, you guys are going to face what Georgia fans are facing, and you're all going to become country club members.
Well, it reminds me, did y'all watch Ted Lasso?
I did not.
Yeah.
So there's a scene, Matt. Remember the scene in Ted Lasso where the Nigerian guy comes in to try to introduce the Super Football League, and Rebecca has to like yell at everyone, like, "How dare you try to take away this sport that people love from them and place it in like the 1% stratosphere?"
Right.
Like, it is ridiculous how much, and it is not NIL's fault. It's not the player wanting to make more money fault. It's not that. It is the greed of
Supply and demand.
It's ADs.
It's ADs. It's the TV networks. It's the fact that Disney owns ESPN, and ESPN is one of the only profitable, one of the best ways that Disney makes money outside of their parks. It's what Fox's stuff
the only
is one of the only things that props up the Fox Sports Network is there.
As far as I know,
1 or 2 football games.
ESPN is the only way they're propping up Disney Plus. Like it would fail.
Their whole triple thing.
Yeah, the three-legged stool. ESPN is one of the most profitable branches of all Disney.
Yeah,
and they're trying to take out one of the legs in Star Wars. And we'll get on that.
Yeah.
They're not trying. They're not trying. They did.
It successfully sawed that sucker off.
I completely unsubscribed to everything. I'm not
termites.
I don't have nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the three of us.
But we were talking before we get off this.
team.
We were talking about this earlier in the year about the fans not showing up. And in Georgia, I can't remember what game it was. The Mississippi State game.
Yeah, it was.
We were talking about how fans were just. Well, it's because we're all cheese and wine crowd. The people that go to the games now, because those are the only people that can.
It's getting that feel to it.
It's the only people that can afford to go. I mean,
Right.
it's insane.
Season ticket holders, boosters.
Like,
buddy of mine spent $300 on tickets, on a ticket. He bought 7 tickets, spent $300 on each ticket.
I'm lucky
I don't
enough.
know how he did it.
I'm lucky enough. I know a season ticket holder, and because it's Helen Keller School of the Deaf and Blind next week, I get to go to the game. But Jesus, like, I don't know how anyone affords like the rowdy crowd, other than the students. I don't know how people afford to go to these prime time,
especially today. Like,
for decent seats too, not
you
both.
definitely could have.
Yeah. I went to the Mississippi State Georgia game in 2017, the infamous flea flicker. My wife and I went, we parked, we ate, we tailgated, and I think I was less than $300 for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that. Couldn't do that today. And that was a night game. Anyway,
no, you're right. The big games are indeed starting to get priced out, and ladies and gentlemen, we call that Bidenomics. But
Bidenomics is working.
Yeah, but no, it just
say that again.
I said it. This is what we call Bidenomics.
He's a stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah, but no, it just honestly for me, I prefer watching it at home.
There's no
going to the game is fantastic, and it's a blast, and the atmosphere and everything like that. But I get a better view. I get commentary.
Yeah.
Now that we don't have to deal with Gary Danielson in our ear, it's a lot more palatable.
Replays.
But,
I wish. So I try to be a as you say, Matt, a level-headed football fan. I wish I could watch it. I hate TV copies. Like, yeah, it's fun to watch because it's football, but I really want the over the head behind the quarterback, all 22, like the whole game. I just want that. I don't want you to zoom in on the player. I don't want to watch the quarterback in the pocket.
You want to watch game film.
I want to see what the corners. Would you
rather sit in the end zone at a game?
If I could switch end zones each time the ball changes direction.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hate the end zone.
I was in the end zone last weekend, and it was only good if they were coming towards you.
Yeah,
I sat in the lower bowl of the old Georgia Dome for the 2010 SEC championship, and it was one of my worst.
Time y'all went?
Yeah, only time. It was one of the worst experiences at a football game I've ever had.
Yeah.
I had so much fun being there. And in fact, me going is the reason that Jim knew to go to Fanfare last year.
Yeah.
But
which should we all just go just for the shits and giggles?
I like shiggles.
I think it's going to depend on how many games out we are.
Yeah.
No, actually, no. I'm not because. Oh wait. Yeah, it's actually like free to the public, isn't it?
Yeah, it's completely free. Just go before the game.
No, but speaking of watching it at home, I would rather have the all 22 film style option to watch, because watching the quarterback and hearing people blame Mike Bobo, coming from a Georgia perspective here, or blaming Carson Beck for staring down a receiver. Like, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You can't see it.
I will say
you don't know.
It's Bobo is real easy to blame shit on.
Is he though? He used to be.
Yeah, there's a stigma.
From me, coming from a South Carolina fan, he's real easy to blame on.
And his last go round has to be caveated with, we didn't have a good defense at all that stint. So he was actually, statistically, he was more productive than Todd Monken on offense. But we didn't have the 2021 defense.
Defense was giving up 45 points a game.
Correct.
They were scoring 40 and 41, 42, but giving up 45.
I think their average was 39 and Monken's was 38. So it wasn't much better, but it was still, he had the offensive production. He just didn't have a defense that could keep the other team out of the end zone.
Bobo gets predictable when they're down big. Down 2 scores, you're going to get play action. You're going to get run up the middle, set up the play action. Yeah, that's what you're going to get.
What about the Alabama game? Bobo drew it up great for that.
He drew up a couple of them, but it was mainly, first and 10. It's either going to be a run up the middle or a run right to set up the play action on a second, whatever it was.
You know what it's not going to be? A fucking shuttle pass.
It will never be a shuttle pass.
Got a small defender on him. Shovel pass Sanders. Rocket Sanders dances to the 5. And he punishes his way into the end zone.
Bouncing his way down.
God, you hear that's crowd?
Yep.
Speaking of that, you guys got lucky on one of those tonight.
Was it luck? I think that's because it is a forward pass. So
yeah.
It's one of those questionable things.
In that we were lucky that it was a forward pass and not a handoff. That's where we were lucky. Because if that would have been a handoff, that all day of the week, that would have been a fumble. And then right after that, we fucking dropped it.
Well, no, he didn't drop it.
Ensuing play.
Punched it out.
Yeah, it got punched out.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. It got knocked out.
That was a great play by the defender.
But isn't that wild though? No turnovers at all.
There's one fumble. It's a garbage time fumble from Nico.
Did they call that a fumble?
Nico fumble.
Or was that a turnover on downs?
No, it was a fumble. It was a garbage time fumble.
So Nico played?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
the whole game.
Play the whole game?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
It was gamesmanship. We all agree it was gamesmanship.
Yeah, it was smoke and mirrors. It was like fireworks going off around the stadium. It was a lot.
I think honestly, you guys would have been ready for me if I was quarterback back there. I mean, I don't think it really honestly mattered.
Playing at home after so long, I don't think there was any way Georgia was going to lose that game tonight.
No, Georgia doesn't lose twice in a row. They just don't. The last time they did, they lost to Ole Miss and Tennessee, and I said it's not going to happen again.
Yeah, I wasn't that confident, to be honest with you. I thought there was a chance that we could have lost today.
I got old rumbly tums. As soon as I saw that opening of "Stop It," Carson's dad. I saw that.
Yeah, there's Carson's dad right there in the middle. It's like,
is it actually his dad?
No. Is that actually his dad?
It's
Fat.
visible, isn't it?
Looks like Marty Feldman.
Hey, I mean, if it's according to the New York Times, 3 people familiar with his thinking say it is.
Timmy.
So I saw something today that after watching, and Jim knows this. You know, I was playing my game, so obviously, you know, not able to watch every single second.
Fake fan.
Fuck you, Jim. But
I'm playing Dark Souls. So South Carolina's playing? Oh yeah.
I definitely am not. I agree with this. I saw a tweet that said that this was the a forgiveness game. This was the SEC refs asking for forgiveness for the LSU game. There were several plays that I saw that I was like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure that's a penalty. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's a penalty." There was some holding. There was the targeting that got reversed. Could have been a toss-up. It could have been going either way. But I do think this was like we're gonna throw him a vote. Wouldn't be surprised.
There was, officiate. I think we'll have to do a what is this? A performance evaluation at the end of the regular season of officiating this season.
So, here we go. How was officiating today, in your opinion? Today,
in Georgia's game, I believe
across what you watched today.
Across what I watched today, it was seemingly unnoticeable.
Have you felt like that, or like it's getting better in like the last 3-4 weeks? I feel I
can't say better. I can say it's less influential.
Yeah. Okay. So about 4 or 5 weeks ago, we were all ready to basically go find every ref and kill them.
Yes, because
and
they're
it
just
feels like
because they were
made a call.
Oh, sure, because they were dictating outcomes of games.
Yeah, but like it feels like someone called up someone and said, "Okay, stop! Don't bet this week. Y'all need to take a week off.
Something.
Y'all are affecting it too much because it's." I haven't heard anyone really, unless y'all, unless the team lost. I haven't I heard Oklahoma fans complaining about refs, but they lost by like 30. So
yeah.
Referees aren't 30 points. They're 10 points, 7 points, something like that.
But college ball, we can also agree that momentum plays a huge part.
100%.
So a bad call early in a momentum or changing a momentum swing can dictate the outcome of a game.
It was that right on that line, the A&M game. Was that last week? This feels so long ago. But last week when we were playing A&M, very first play of the game, A&M is straight in the backfield, about to eat Lenora Sellers. And he teleports 5 feet to the right and throws a dart. And I went, we're winning the game. That's it. We're not losing at all. Even when it was 20-20 at half, I was like, this is just going to be the story. This is how it got written. Because that play, you're not going to lose after that play.
Right.
And he had another one today. I want to see if I can find it because it was beautiful.
Well, speaking of A&M and officiating, when Mizzou went to Kyle Field and got called for something arbitrary on the first play of the game, that was like a 65-yard touchdown. Completely changed the outcome of that game. It was
really?
It was like the first or second play of the game, first drive.
Mm-hmm.
What's that wide receiver's name at Mizzou?
Is it the liquor one?
Yeah.
Walker.
Yes.
Black Label.
I guess. Anyway.
What's the liquor? Walker.
Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker Black Label. Yeah.
Anyway, it's like a 65-yard touchdown. And they call I can't even remember what they call, but the play gets thrown back. It just completely changed the game. It was so bad. Officiating has just been so. Like even tonight in the Georgia game, I feel like Georgia became Alabama and just got all the calls.
So let's look at that, because this is one of my favorite parts to do. Tennessee, 9 penalties for 70 yards. With 9 penalties, 70 yards ain't that bad.
No.
Georgia, 7 for 59.
But they were very there were a couple of them that were very key moments.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yeah, like the face mask. Were you here? Did you see the face mask?
I did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a very like timely face mask for Georgia's sake.
Right.
And then you got
we move on from the
that was being backed up after a offensive pass interference.
Yeah, which I've always thought offensive pass interference is kind of bullshit. This is another one of those. How the hell does he do that?
0 for 3 on third downs this half. Sellers runs into trouble and gets stay on his feet.
Holy balance.
And gets stay on his feet. Yeah.
Holy catch. I don't know what's more impressive.
Third string tight end right there.
I don't know what's more impressive, the catch or the not falling.
Now
it was impressive.
I want to give, and I want to see if I can find it. I mean, I probably have to pull up the highlights. I want to give Missouri a prop because there was a play of theirs that had me close to punching the shit out of everything I own because I thought it ended up being their their touchdown to lead. And I just don't know how they did it. It was, in my opinion, one of the more impressive catches I've ever seen.
Also, can we just toast to South Carolina being ranked and beaten the only other ranked on ranked matchup this week?
Go Cox, cock-a-doodle-doo.
Okay.
There you go. That's good shit.
Oh, here we go.
Kansas is leading BYU right now in the fourth quarter.
Not what we want. We want BYU to win that.
How about Colorado going to win the Big 12 this year and get an automatic bye into the playoffs?
This one. Okay. So remember when I said want me to
Caleb, before you do this, on that, how would you feel about Georgia playing Colorado?
You asking me or Caleb?
Yeah, Brad.
Oh, well, it depends where the game's at. So I don't think it's going to happen because Georgia is, I think, unless we go to the coin flip, is mathematically out of the SEC championship game.
Maybe. My life's a mess.
I think it's like a 23% chance to go.
Might as well call it mathematically out because
it's like us. I think we're a 15% chance to go to the playoffs. We're not going to the playoffs.
Right.
A lot too much would have to happen.
So Georgia playing second round against Colorado, I would absolutely love that because I think Colorado is a good team. And I do think Travis Hunter is deserving of the Heisman. And I do think Shador is a very good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think they don't have no depth.
So do you think are they, because I haven't watched a single
in a slugfest, they would just be outlasted.
Yeah, so that's my question. Are they outgassed by the end of their games?
Well, Travis Hunter played 133 snaps today.
Yeah,
but the competition is the main thing, though, too.
Yeah,
so
second half,
it's not SEC competition.
Second half of their playoff game that they're going to get to is going to be ugly.
Right. So
depending on who they play,
100%.
Yeah. Well, if they play, who would they go up the Big 12? Who do you like them against?
Let's. I hate to press pause again, but Caleb, let's go ahead and do what you were going to do, and then we'll get into playoff talk. Because
real quick, this is y'all were talking about your punter. This is because Kai kicks and punts. This is when I said, want me to show you our kicker doing the same thing?
Oh, yeah.
Well, here we go. Here comes Kai. Boom!
Oh, he just hit him out of bounds. That wasn't a tackle, and then a teabag.
It was good though.
So this is I almost punched everything. 4th and 5 too.
Oh yeah, you were quite upset about this one.
How? I mean, just
that's Luther Burton, man. That's Luther Burton. He's a bad man.
Yeah.
He's good. He's gonna be big in the.
This
in
is
the
this is the 22 that you get to see, Brad.
Yeah.
Like just fucking hell.
That's not all 22 because I didn't see the other side of the field.
Huh. What are you? Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying.
I want to see all 22 of the players.
He wants to see like the practice film.
That was
a great throw. Great catch. A dime.
Right in the bucket.
Obviously, since we won, I'm okay with it. But
Sure.
I was fucking livid.
How can you be mad at that? Like you just gotta
when
we'll get him next time
for the hat.
We'll get him next time.
Lived the football life I have lived, you'll understand how you can be mad at that shit.
My brother in
because
Christ.
that's how we've lost so many games.
My brother in
Remember
Christ.
the Florida game like 7 years ago or 5 years ago when
I know my brother in Christ, Georgia fan. I know exactly. It might not be like it right now.
Couple of years.
You know, we're at the top of the mountain, if you will. But let's go back 7-8 years ago, 9 years ago.
So all I'll say is from like 2005 until 2015, you went to Atlanta like 5 times.
Once. Twice.
I don't think that's true.
Florida went a lot more than we did.
Florida went a lot.
Yeah, we went in 2012.
And I'm pretty sure Aaron Murray played there like 4 times.
Well, it wasn't for the SEC though. It was one time in 2012 against Alabama, and the other time was the first time Mark Richt won it against. I don't even remember who they played. I was like 12, 13.
Yeah. Well,
I had something else, but it must have not have been important.
Fuck, I got bright.
Yeah. Yeah, ESPN's really bright for me.
5, 7, 11, 12. Okay, yeah.
Yep. How about that?
Oh, that's right. Because those fuckers we just beat popped up and got there a couple times too.
Yep.
All I can remember as a Georgia fan of the 2010s is playing South Carolina. I'm standing barracks duty at Camp Lejeune at the triple nickel, and all I hear on the television is half the distance to the goal, South Carolina ball, like 7 different times during that game. And it's just like Todd Gurley might as well not even we can't even get on offense. We have it's 1st and 10, and then it's half the distance to the goal, South Carolina ball. What happened? There's no fumble. There was no interception. What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Y'all remember the 2011 game where no one decided to bring their own defense?
Yes.
South Carolina won 44 or 45 to like 43.
I was in Afghanistan. They got to watch that one. Yeah.
Wow. I was hopefully that was the worst thing that happened to you that day.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Let's go ahead and pivot. Let's take a look at the playoff possibilities, and let's kind of shake this out. What we think. Let's take a look at it.
Oh, look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Would you look at this? Oh, would you look at that?
I didn't know that actually went longer than just would you look at this?
Oh yeah, no, I
it's like a 5-minute skit, I think.
Yeah.
Is that Johnson dude?
Ed Bassmaster.
Ed Bassmaster.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so gentlemen, I'd say let's go ahead. Seems how there's 4 of us, so this will work out perfectly. Let's each do a conference breakdown, and
I need a whiteboard.
we might not be the most, knowledgeable about this, obviously, but just how we feel about it.
Where's my note-taking app?
Caleb, I'll let you pick. Which conference would you like to kind of break down on who's going to be in their championship and then who's going to win it for the seed?
Well, I think I'm going to go with SEC because that's
Okay.
really the only one that I'm very good at.
Yeah, this one's going to be very convoluted though. So
yeah. Okay, let me look at Texas' schedule. Arkansas, Kentucky. All right, so I think Texas is in. I think Texas is going to win 2 of the next 3.
I think you
That'll
picked the
put them
hardest
at
conference.
7. Do what?
I think you picked the hardest conference to
Yeah.
break
So
down.
I think Texas is in. They're going to win 2 of the next 2, 2 of the next 3. They'll have 7. That A&M game is going to be rough. So they come out of that. They're the number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
A&M has okay. A&M has a pretty easy way into. They got to play Auburn, but they also have to play Texas. But that game is at A&M.
Right.
I think Texas is a much better team than A&M. So I think Texas.
Again, they struggled today against
They
Arkansas.
They didn't struggle. They just
I don't know. 20-10 is kind of struggling.
Yeah, that's struggling, buddy.
their defense didn't.
So
The way they look against Florida,
Georgia
it's up and down.
Georgia is done in the SEC. So Georgia, no, they don't have any more SEC games.
Oh yeah.
So they are stuck at 6-2.
Yeah.
I think Georgia is. I think it's going to be Texas and Georgia in the. Hang on. Yeah, I think it's going to be Texas and Georgia.
Tennessee has Vandy left. Oh no!
Yeah, we're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah. So it's going to be Texas and Georgia. Tennessee is going to lose the tiebreak because they lost to Georgia today. But I do think Tennessee beats Vandy. I think Vandy's Cinderella thing is over.
I don't count that chicken at all. No offense,
No,
Matt.
I mean,
but goodness.
Oh, I'm not counting mine either.
That's going to be a football game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun game. Shit.
It's going to play for pride, if nothing else.
It's going to be a good
Alabama, I think.
Yeah.
Alabama's got 2 of the worst teams in the SEC left on their schedule. I think they'll probably win both of them.
Yeah.
Assuming Milroe decides to actually show up to those games. If
Bama would have the head-to-head with Georgia.
Bama, Ole Miss have head-to-head over Georgia.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Who's Ole Miss play? Florida, Mississippi State. Shit. Did they play? Did Ole Miss play Alabama?
No. Yes.
No, not this year.
Oh
not
shit!
Oh fuck, dude! This whole thing.
I told you picked the hardest conference.
Like I said, Georgia, unless we
conference.
win. So this is how it should break down. Texas is going to be in the SEC championship, and unless they lose to A&M.
Then it gets much more complicated.
Yeah.
Yes. If A&M beats Texas, then we're going to be flipping coins at the Love's parking lot.
Yeah. So South Carolina is going to finish either 4th or like 6th in the SEC. It's just all going to depend on whether or not there's a 5-way tie for 3rd place.
Right.
All right. It's technically 2nd place.
Yeah, there should be the 5-way tie for 2nd.
But I think it's going to end up being Texas and Georgia.
Who do you think wins?
Actually, no, I think that back. I think it's actually going to end up being a rematch of Texas and Alabama. For a couple reasons. One, Alabama owns the tiebreak over Georgia. Alabama has a very easy next 2 games.
Texas and Alabama didn't play, so it won't be a rematch. That'll be
a rematch from 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
And I think it's fair to say that game will have more people watching than Texas versus Georgia. No offense. But there'll be people all over the country that want to watch Texas Alabama play. And if we want to go with the conspiracy of the refs are there to make sure that the best money makers are in Atlanta, right now it's Alabama and Texas. It's not going to be Ole Miss. No one wants to watch Ole Miss in Atlanta. Nobody. Even people at Ole Miss don't want to watch Ole Miss in Atlanta.
But they're a good team.
So, yeah, I know.
Who do you got winning it?
Probably.
For fuck's sake, don't let it be Alabama.
So here's the thing. I like Alabama's skilled players over Texas's, but I think Texas has the better quarterbacks.
So
I think the fact that Texas can go between Quinn and Arch and not really lose anything in the plus or minus column, I think is a big plus for them. I think Texas would edge it, but honestly, I think it would come down to whoever has the better kicker. And if you've been watching Alabama play football for a while,
not this year,
maybe not, but that ghost is always there.
Yeah,
and that's when it would pop up all of a sudden. Hey, you got Alabama fans going, "We got the best kicker in the world. He's gonna be amazing." Oh, wide right! Oh my God!
Matt, what's your assessment on what we just led up to? If it does, actually, do you concur with it being Texas, Alabama, or do you think it'd be somebody else? And if so, who right now? Who do you feel is gonna win the SEC championship?
Man. Yeah, so Alabama's got the tiebreaker on you guys, right?
Correct. Yeah, Alabama and Ole Miss.
And Ole Miss. Who's Ole Miss got left? Mississippi State, Egg Bowl.
Yeah, Egg Bowl and
Florida.
So
Florida could play upset though.
Florida could be a spoiler, man. I'm telling you guys, that Lagway kind of scares me for the next couple of years.
Is he healthy?
They looked really good.
Yeah.
He
looked sharp today.
We hadn't even talked about that game, and I want to.
He looked sharp.
That was anyway.
I got a list right here. I'll make sure to bring it up.
Okay.
If Chalk wins out, it's Texas and Bama.
Okay. And who do you got winning that, do you think?
Oh, geez. Probably Bama.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
He's a stupid son of a bitch.
I think they've been tested more this year.
Yeah. No, well, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
I think Alabama's played harder teams this year than Texas.
Yeah. Actually, and kudos, by the way, congratulations to Georgia for actually having a tough schedule this year. I mean, you guys have been criticized in years past. You guys took it on the chin, and you're still standing.
Yeah, we took two licks.
Next season's still going to be tough, but at least we get all of those tough ones at home.
Yeah,
well,
flip-flops.
We have Tennessee away now.
Yeah, I'm penciling that one in as an L.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know. We won't have Beck, so I'll feel a little better.
No, but you're going to have
only Georgia fans would feel okay about losing their quarterback.
No, but you're going to have year 2 of Nico Iamaleava, and all of the wide receivers
are not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah, I don't care. And all of their wide receivers and a better offensive line and most of their defense. Yeah, Tennessee's anyway.
We'll see. Hopefully our running backs get healthy. So you're thinking Alabama gets that. Brad, your assessment?
Oh God. I'm gonna play something different. I don't think it's gonna be Bama or Texas because we're gonna go to the coin flip. So I'm gonna call it Tennessee and Ole Miss. Tennessee takes it.
Okay, explain the coin flip.
Yes,
so Texas is gonna go and lose to A&M, right?
Okay.
So now there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-way tie.
Wait, how does A&M not get an automatic bid for the SEC championship then?
Because they lost to, I forget who they lose to.
They will only have one loss in the. They will only have one loss.
They'll have two losses. Oh yeah,
Oh,
they will
yeah,
have
one
questions.
loss, and no, they lost to LSU too, didn't
They'll
they?
only have
Nope.
one
A&M
conference
beat
loss,
LSU.
though.
Oh, one
LSU,
conference
yeah.
loss.
If
Oh,
Texas
wait, no,
loses to A&M,
doesn't Auburn have to play A&M? I think that's what it is. So I think Auburn has to beat A&M, and then A&M has to beat Texas. That's what it is.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and call that happening.
So you think Auburn beats
Yes.
A&M?
Yes, because I think it's in Jordan Hare.
That's interesting.
You are
It's at
fucking
Auburn.
drunk.
No, I'm calling for
Mickey might be.
chaos. I'm calling for
I would
chaos.
love chaos. This is one of those years I'd love
Right.
to see everyone.
So I'm going to call the coin
Kind
flip.
of needed to make it clear.
Yeah. So we're going to go Tennessee, Ole Miss, and Tennessee's going to win it because Lane Kiffin does
is
Lane
this
Kiffin
just
things.
because you saw a picture of Matt the other week and you fell in love with him?
No.
How does Tennessee leapfrog Georgia in this scenario?
Because of the coin flip. So all of the coaches, all the coaches are going to go to a Love's parking lot in Birmingham at the SEC headquarters, and they're going to flip coins like they did in Friday Night Lights. Like this is literally, it's literally written in they have this whole excerpt of how this is going to happen. They're literally going to go flip coins to see who gets into the championship.
Right.
It's come close to that in the past, but I think won't they get to like the tertiary level of common opponent records, win-loss record or something like that?
Who has common opponents? No one has common opponents.
Yeah, that's one of the issues with breaking apart the divisions is you're almost, and that could be one of the complaints.
So Georgia beat Texas.
Haven't played each other.
Yeah, so Georgia beat Texas. Georgia beat Tennessee. Alabama beat Georgia. Tennessee beat Alabama. Ole Miss beat Georgia, but LSU beat Ole Miss, and Kentucky beat Ole Miss. So, like, none of the teams who are competing for this.
That's why it's odd that you think Ole Miss has a chance because they have two really bad losses.
It doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. Numbers decide the SEC championship.
Yeah, so
they don't look at it in any aspect like
that's a quality loss or anything.
A loss is a loss. This is as close to heaven as we'll get in this world. Sin is a sin. I feel like I need to explain that.
But yeah, I think they have luck on their side, those two teams. Now if it's like you say for the TV ratings and money, of course Alabama will win a coin toss. But I don't know who they would play. Now if it's for all fairness and what I think is actually going to happen. Huh?
Who they would pay or play?
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to stick with the coin flip and Tennessee Ole Miss.
Okay.
Tennessee takes it, and Tennessee takes it.
I'm gonna get in the boat with Caleb. I think it'll be Texas and Bama, and I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope Texas takes it. Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
So all right. So what you're saying is if we have a 6-way tie, then all 6 coaches drive out to Birmingham, drive out to Hoover, and 4-4 or 3-3 go call in the head, call in the air.
Yeah, they roll a D6.
No, D20, bro.
I'd feel better if they were at Pilot headquarters.
Roll for initiative, motherfucker.
You would say that as a Tennessee fan.
Exactly. I think I would play it off better in a coin flip.
We need to get to the 21st century. They're actually going to go to Buc-ee's. They're going to go to. They're going to go.
Yeah, let's go to Crossville, Tennessee, Buc-ee's. I agree.
Yeah, we'll go to
Calhoun, Georgia, Buc-ee's. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's see. So this is the rule. If 3 teams or more are tied for a division title, the following procedure will be used in the following order. Note, if one of the procedures results in one team being eliminated and 2 remaining, the 2-team tiebreak procedure as stated in number 1 above will be used. So combined head-to-head record among the tied teams.
Yep.
So
no one's played each other. So that's going to put Georgia out, I guess. But it puts Georgia back in because they beat Texas. So
and then
Yeah.
record of the tied
Tennessee.
teams within the division. We don't have divisions, so that's gone.
yeah.
Head-to-head competition against the teams within the division with the best overall conference record, and that's gone. Overall conference record against non-divisional teams, no divisions. Combine. Why have these not updated?
I'll have to.
Surely they
Not
updated the
updated?
rules.
They did update the rules, and there's a big preseason thing about it. I'll have to go look for it. But no, it's literally if Auburn beats A&M and A&M beats Texas, it's literally going to a coin flip. And if they don't make a whole ass ESPN spectacle out of the coin flip, I'm going.
Oh, absolutely, dude. It should be in the middle of fucking what is the most storied of these 6 stadiums? Who is the most storied stadium?
Either Tennessee or Texas for sure.
I think so. You probably go to Alabama since it's closer to Hoover, which is where the SEC offices are. So I think you go to the middle of Nick Saban Field. I think you have a whole thing. I think you bring game day out there. Like this should be like.
Yeah, you get a pregame for it.
Get Pat McAfee out there.
Dude, let Pat do a kick. Everything. This thing should be tailgated. There should be sections for each of these teams. It should be their own fanfare thing. Absolutely. Let's see. Okay, so these are the new rules. Head-to-head competition against the tied teams. Record versus all common conference opponents. Record against highest best place common conference opponent in the conference standings and proceeding through the conference standings among the tied teams. Cumulative conference winning percentage of all conference opponents among the tied teams. Capped relative total scoring margin versus all conference opponents among the tied teams. Random draw of tied teams. So, shit, this actually could go down to a fucking coin flip.
Yeah, coin flip.
What's going to be so that's funny.
That's a good
What's
one.
going to be so funny is when actually one of the teams get in, because we haven't broken down everyone's schedule. There probably is one team that actually can get in using one of the top 5 ways to get in.
Right.
I mean, South Carolina could. Besides,
Yeah, we won't.
Besides
we won't be
record.
tied. Yeah,
besides
without
record.
Yep.
They beat all the right teams though.
Yeah. If only Lenoris had gotten that pass a little bit lower and let his 6'8".
Bro, y'all could have beat Alabama and LSU. Oh,
we would be tied with Texas for the lead in the SEC.
Should have beat.
should have. You're absolutely right.
Both of them. Yeah.
And Alabama,
Horseshit.
I think they should have won, but that was a good called game. LSU, the officials decided LSU was winning.
Should have been.
It was
should have been
robbed.
40 to 23.
They should, at the bare minimum, in a fair landscape,
Mm-hmm.
at least be in this conversation of tied teams.
Which is
so
it's so nice. Like I'm so, and honestly, it kind of pisses me off that I'm this happy about it. Like I shouldn't be this happy about it. I should be used to.
Are you going to storm the field for Missouri?
No.
For Missouri.
Well, look. So I'll be honest with you. Having been on that field or having been in that stadium, to see us lose to Missouri several times, I might have stormed the field today if I was there.
It's a lot of running.
It's like 40 yards.
All right. Are we still trying to do a playoff bracket?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it'll take 10.5 seconds, but still.
All right. So three of you
SEC
guys
was the hardest one.
So three of you picked Texas to win it. So
yeah.
And you picked the random of Tennessee.
I picked.
I'm saying Bama. I'm
I
saying
guess-
Bama's.
Oh
win.
God. Okay. So let me undo.
So it's
do you have
Bama
something you
versus
wanna share?
Texas.
No, I'm just doing it on Paint. I'm doing it on
Paint?
Paint. I don't know where my note-taking app is. I think I got rid of it, so I'm just doing it on Paint.
You just scribbling with you.
Hell yeah.
20 apps I would have picked before Peyton.
That's hilarious.
I love that.
Okay. All right.
Hang on. So we said, all right, Hamas
Do we have an
Dominus.
exclamation?
Hamas
on-
Dominus. We're gonna go Bama to win the SEC.
No.
No. Okay.
Texas, I think. I think two
Texas.
people picked Texas.
All right. So here we go. We'll do.
Majority
Bam.
is saying Texas.
Okay.
All right, go with that.
I got an idea. Bama
Okay.
slash
Shit, it's 1:30.
All right.
Tex.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's atrocious. Okay.
Yep. All right. Caleb, you can well, yeah. Matween. Which conference would you prefer to break down?
Oh, geez. I don't know much about any of them, but I'll take the Big Ten since it's the next big one.
Smart. That's probably the easiest.
And I want to say Oregon.
Just flat out Oregon wins it.
Yep.
So obviously
Rematch.
Ohio State and Indiana have a match coming up.
Yep.
But you think Ohio State? Well, I'll let you speak. What? How do you
Ohio
think
State beats Indiana?
Okay.
Indiana, and I mean, Ohio State will beat Indiana. It'll be Ohio State and Oregon rematch,
Okay.
and Oregon will
Come out again.
come out ahead
Beat
again.
the same team twice in a year.
Where is that game played?
Indy, I
Indiana.
think.
Yeah,
Indy.
Indy.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, it's played in Indiana Stadium?
Yeah.
Indianapolis.
Oh, Indianapolis.
The Colts.
Colts,
Yeah. Okay.
whatever they call it now.
They
MetLife
still
or
call it the
whatever.
Colts.
Shoe. They also call it the shoe.
Shoe.
But yeah. Yeah.
Shit, that was easy.
I think you're spot on with that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone disagrees.
No.
I want to.
Now, there
I
is
want
a
to. I don't
scenario
want Ohio
that
State to go
Indiana
in.
could play complete upset, but likely they will be out. But I don't knock them out of playoff contention. So keep them in our mind.
Mhm.
Brad, break down the Big 12 for us,
Big
please.
12. So it's going to end up being BYU, I think, unless they lose tonight. Even if they do lose, it doesn't matter.
They are.
Currently,
They are down with 42 seconds left.
Oh,
down
They're
4.
17.
Yep.
And Kansas has the ball.
Yep.
You said
Kansas
24?
running the clock out.
17-13.
Kansas or Kansas State?
Kansas. The
Gross.
Jayhawks.
Gross. Anyway, the Big 12 is doing the mid 12,
No,
right?
BYU has the ball.
Well, Google says that Kansas has it.
Espen says they have it.
Regardless.
Well, I'm watching it right now.
Oh, well, fuck.
It's gonna end up being BYU and Colorado, and Colorado is gonna teabag BYU in the championship, and it's gonna be Colorado with a first round bye in the playoffs.
Lord help us all.
I don't believe that. I think BYU could beat Colorado.
They could. Are they going to?
Yes, I think they will. Could was a bad choice of words. I think they will beat Colorado.
I think that. And well, again, we gotta factor in the money aspect of this. Colorado is great for commercials because everyone.
I think
hates-
Colorado will still be there.
Yeah.
I think so. This is one of those cases where, with the money aspect that I brought up with the SEC, I think the money only comes in to make sure Alabama gets there.
Sure.
If Alabama gets there, I think they get to go to the playoffs. But I think it's the same case here. The money is making sure Colorado gets there.
Mhm.
After that, I think they're there. I don't think the money needs Colorado.
I agree, but I also
Who's
think
that talking?
they're there.
You know
You're
you're
muted.
muted, right?
They're there. So I gave it the pat. They're there. You know.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep. But yeah, Colorado is going to beat BYU because they are, and unless now there is a caveat. If Travis Hunter gets hurt by playing 1,700 snaps in the next 3 weeks, okay, very likely. But yeah, because the mid 12, they're just God.
So how many teams from here go?
From the Big 12?
Yeah.
Maybe two. Depends on how the SEC shakes
Yeah.
out.
Or it depends on how the championship
the Big Ten
shapes out too. So if BYU is undefeated and loses to Colorado,
oh
in
yeah,
the
two
championship game,
teams are getting in.
Yeah.
If not, and BYU wins it.
BYU just lost.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, they might get two. Depends on the SEC and the Big Ten. I personally think the Big Ten stronger than the SEC this year. So I think there's going to be four. Your four automatic bids, and then you got 8 slots left. I think it's going to be 3 Big Ten, 3 SECs, your automatic FBS or FCS team, and one more. I don't know who the other one's going to be.
So in your book, Colorado gets the
Automatic bye.
championship
Yeah.
bid, right?
Yep.
So now at this point, right? I guess now I have to take the ACC.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, probably the easiest.
So why did you pick Miami?
Before we do that, does everybody concur with Colorado
after
or do
this?
you think BYU?
After this, I think it's BYU Colorado in the championship, and I think BYU rolls because I think BYU is going to come out of this
I'm
game.
with you there.
I think BYU is going to come out of this game in the next 3 weeks and put up.
Do we know?
I don't know, man. They've been living on prayers every week.
Yeah,
their luck just ran out.
Do we collectively know how bad Kansas is?
No. I mean, I can sit here and see that they are 4-6 now.
They are
3 for
not
their conference, but
they are not good.
It's we'll take this opportunity to refer to Antonio.
What do you think, Antonio?
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Kansas.
I also know that
great.
bad teams can beat good teams all the time.
I think Kansas would lose to Mississippi State.
Brother.
Easily.
Ooh. Matt.
Yep.
Big 12 thoughts.
I say Colorado.
Okay.
With
Split
BYU
decision,
and
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have faith in BYU. But we will that was completely accidental.
I would not be surprised either way. I really would.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
They're solid. They're a solid team. I mean, they
have good
played
defense.
anybody, but
yeah.
That could be the difference.
Yeah. We shall see though. Okay.
Yeah.
So moving on, I will do the ACC. Automatically we can say that it definitively will not be Florida State. Caleb, if you could click the ACC for me, please. So definitely looks like SMU. My heart tells me fuck Clemson and SMU and Miami.
So
yeah, who else we got?
Is officially
wait! You went too fast.
Clemson is officially in. They play the Citadel next weekend, and then us at the end of the season.
Oh, no more conference games, huh?
Nope.
Oh, so they're
who's Miami got
pretty
left?
much a shoe in, huh?
Miami has Florida and Wake Forest. Sorry, Syracuse and Wake Forest.
So they have 2 more conference games.
Syracuse might be a sneaky game at the Cuse too.
Yeah. So Miami could be okay. Is UConn's not in it? No, there's so many new teams in this thing. So the best Syracuse can do is 5-3. The best Miami can do is 7-1. And SMU
so Miami has Syracuse and who? Who else?
Syracuse and Wake Forest.
Yeah. I think they get the dub on both of those. And they don't have a head-to-head with them in Clemson. How do they decide Miami versus Clemson?
I think it's
Wouldn't it be common opponent?
Yeah. I think it's common opponents. I remember looking into this a while back
Clemson's
when
loss is
Clemson lost to
Georgia
Louisville.
and
Louisville.
no in conference. Yeah,
Louisville.
they lost to Louisville.
I remember that game. That was
Miami
the night that I
lost
screamed like a
to
bitch.
Georgia Tech. Clemson beat Georgia Tech, did they not?
I don't think Clemson played Georgia Tech.
No? I thought they did.
No, they played Georgia.
Oh, fuck. They didn't.
They played Wake, though. They beat Wake.
Yeah,
And
so
they beat Virginia.
Okay, so Wake will help.
I think there's something in there about a point differential against common opponents as well.
Yeah, but I think it's like number 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, I'll say this. If it's SMU and Clemson, I haven't watched SMU, but my gut tells me SMU gets the win over Clemson. If it's Miami SMU, I'm going Miami.
Gross.
I would love to see. So this is what I want to see. I want to see Miami win their next 2, and win the tiebreak against
also,
Clemson.
Is SMU a complete shoe-in? Who else do they have?
They've got 2 more ACC games, but they are Virginia and Cal, and they get Cal at home. So Cal has to fly, 3,000 miles
to Dallas. Yeah.
Oh, right. For some reason, I had SMU in Florida, but yeah, they had to fly to 1,500 miles to Dallas.
I think SMU's in the ACC championship game, no matter what. Even with, I don't think they're dropping both of those.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's SMU all the way. To get to the game. Like I said, against Clemson, I do like SMU. But against Miami, I'm gonna have to take Miami.
So I got a question.
For bracket reasons, what's your pick?
Yeah. So who's winning the ACC?
I'll do what I did with the SEC. It's fine. I didn't think we'd have this problem. With,
Miami.
Oh, okay.
So then here's my question for y'all. It's SMU and Miami in the ACC championship. Clemson loses to South Carolina at the end of the season. Does Clemson get to go to the playoffs?
No, that'll be 3 losses. They're done.
No,
you can play spoiler.
That'll be 2 losses.
Nope.
Clemson is 7.
You're looking at conference.
They're 8-2. Oh,
you are looking at conference.
Spoil them, Cox.
Spoil them, Cox.
All right, so now we're getting into
you have the opportunity.
So
the ball is in your court. They are just underneath your Cox.
So now we get into the nitty-gritty stuff of this playoff. So we got automatic. We got automatic buys of Oregon, Bama, Colorado, and the U.
Sure.
Now, what are these other 8 teams?
Okay.
Hold on. Let's get the group of 5 out of the way.
Boise State.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's
no Army anymore.
No. Hang on. Yeah. No, Boise gets in.
No.
Boise gets in on group of 5. Army gets in on an at-large bid.
That is group of 5.
Yeah.
Oh no. You're saying I see.
Oh.
Yeah, because group of 5 just gets one in, and then the at-large. He's saying Army's going to take one from the SEC or the Big Ten.
I don't know about that.
So
I don't know about that.
Hang on. So
this gets tricky here.
All right, so we're gonna
a lot of politics.
So we're gonna say Boise State is one. Well, let's go through the conferences.
You think so? It's Boise State.
So let me remind everyone.
Army's 9-0, right? Or 10-0 now.
Yeah. So let me remind everyone. The 4 highest ranked conference champions will be seeded 1 through 4. and will receive a first-round bye. The
Yep.
fifth conference champion will be seated where it was ranked or at number 12 if it is the outside the top 12. That's Boise.
Yep.
Right.
Non-conference champions ranked in the top 4 will be seated beginning at number 5. Because of this, that's Army.
Maybe.
Wait, non-conference champions. Does that mean non-Power 5?
No, it
No.
just means teams like
Georgia,
I'm
Tennessee,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, non-conference champions ranked in
Ole
the top
Miss.
4 will be seated beginning at 5. Because of this, the seeding 1 through 12 could look different than the final rankings.
yes.
The 8 teams seeded 5 through 12 will play in a first round with the higher seeds hosting the lower seeds, either on campus or at other sites of the area. The selection committee will assign the 4 highest ranked conference champions to playoff quarterfinals hosted by bowls. Let's see.
Brad, do you have some kind of outline that you've been making?
Yeah, I'm doing it in Paint right now.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we got 5
You want
teams.
to share your screen and just tell me when you want me to put it up? Or is it too embarrassing?
I mean, it looks pretty bad, but you know what?
Here we go. The
That's
12 participating teams will be the 5 conference champions ranked highest by the CFB selection committee.
They won't let me
Plus
share.
the next 7 highest ranked teams.
Why can't I share? Why can't I share? Why can't I share Paint? Let me share Paint.
Just share the screen.
Oh, there it is. There
Yeah,
it is.
you
I
share the
found it.
screen.
I found it. I found it. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, that is embarrassing.
Yeah, it's fine though. Don't worry about that.
I just need to see it real quick. Okay. I'm pretty sure you can add text bubbles.
I
Can you
could,
not?
but it's more fun doing it with my mouse.
Very well. Very well. I love it. I love it.
I only thought this was for me so I could talk about it, but if we want to
No,
use it for the
no.
whole class, I'm
We're
more
gonna
than
have to
willing
use
to
it.
share.
So,
I'm
We're
more
gonna
than
have to
willing to
use it.
share.
did
We'll
the
get-
whole thing about Army and Navy, rewind 5 weeks ago, the whole thing about, hey, Army and Navy could be in the CFB. Is that just because we were foolish enough to think they could get into the top 12?
Yes, but that's also not barring, but it's also including the fact that the college football committee thinks that your team is as good as your record.
Yeah. So I do think Army is a good team.
Yes.
I don't think they are anywhere close to getting to the top 12.
I also agree.
So that is the only way that anyone outside of Boise
But
from Group of 5 is getting in.
the litmus test will be when they play Notre Dame. When is it
Next week, I think.
So we'll get our litmus test. If they beat Notre Dame, they kick Notre Dame out.
So
Army plays at Notre Dame?
we're all pulling for
Yeah.
Army, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone outside of Indiana is pulling for Army.
Because Notre Dame has an actual path too. So
Oh yeah, they're in right now. As long
Yeah,
as they
they're
don't
in right
lose, and they don't, and
Yeah.
they get. Oh god, don't even get me started on
Wait,
the
no.
conference thing.
They're
Anyway,
not
let's get.
necessarily.
All right. So we got Boise State in. Let's go by conference.
Mhm.
How many do we think of the 7 spots left over?
Let's
So
go
we
with
got
mine first.
one. We got
Okay.
So here's the
one,
SEC.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I
7.
think Tennessee is going to be first man out after this.
So
After today.
if Bama wins, if Bama gets the automatic bid by winning the SEC, I think you got to go with Texas.
Texas, yeah,
They
don't fall out. Well,
I think depending
there's-
on.
Well, they'll fall. I'm not worried about the placement, but they're going to get
Yeah.
in. Like the
their
loser,
strength of schedule is pretty weak, but they're so far up, they'll probably stay
Yeah.
in.
the
But I
loser,
think in our scenario we had Texas winning.
the
No,
loser.
Oh.
you wrote Bama.
So anyway, the loser of the SEC and the Big Ten championship games are getting in the playoffs.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Of
who's
the SEC too?
Yeah.
so
No.
who's
No,
Even
no,
if they have 3
No.
losses.
yes,
if Alabama loses, they are not in the playoff.
that is not true at all.
They
that
will
is-
be a 3-loss team. They will
Who-
not be in the
who-
playoff.
Who beat Georgia?
and week
They're
4.
a 3-loss
if-
team. They won't be in the playoff.
So
if a championship win goes in your favor, I think a loss should go against you. I think you should treat them fairly.
Here's the thing. Who do we have the championship being with the Alabama? Was it Alabama, Texas? Alabama wins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Texas, Alabama.
If Alabama wins, Texas is in. If Texas wins, I think Alabama might not be
I think
in.
Alabama's out.
Well, do I need to change my bracket then?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
We
Because
picked Bama. We picked
Bama to win.
You
So
did.
Bama wins. Texas is in. I think either, and this is where how the committee is going to get political. There could be a third. I think there will be a third SEC team.
There will be, and
either A&M or Georgia. But I think there could be a fourth team.
Well, there's going to be. So who's Oregon going to be? Ohio State.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and put Ohio State in.
Let's do this
We'll
one.
have 2
Right.
losses with that
Colorado, BYU. BYU's not getting in, right?
If BYU loses,
Mid-12's not getting 2 in.
No.
yeah, the only way mid-12 gets 2 in is if BYU wins the tournament.
No. Even then,
championship.
Colorado's not getting in.
I think Colorado gets in if
No,
they'll have 3
Colorado will be 3 losses.
losses.
Yeah.
Same
Oh,
scenario.
Big 12's only sending one person.
Yeah, they'll use that.
ACC. Are they getting 2 in?
Let's see,
At
Caleb
most.
again.
Probably.
Miami.
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 Yeah,
SMU.
could be.
Yeah.
Maybe even Clemson could squeak in there if
Unless
they
we beat them at the
Yeah,
end.
I would.
Well, we still got to go touch up the SEC and the Big Ten because
I understand.
Yeah.
Indiana's getting in.
Well, hang on. With the ACC, the loser of the ACC champion, do you think they get in as well?
Yes,
I do. Yes.
Okay.
So if the
about
ACC championship,
the third in that?
no, because I think we'll beat Clemson in week 12 or 12th game, and they'll have 3 losses.
All right, so we got 4 spots left,
Okay.
and they're going to be left between
The Big Ten and the SEC, I think.
Indiana, Penn State, Notre Dame, Georgia, A&M, Alabama, Ole Miss, and I'm missing one more.
So I think Indiana goes in. Even if
All right.
Indiana will be 11-1
With 1 loss to Ohio
Yeah.
State.
I
they're in.
think it's fair. to
Quality
say.
loss.
You're right.
Yeah.
Is that
You're
is
right.
that consensus?
Yep.
Indy?
Yeah.
And in
All right.
Indiana,
Okay, let's
somewhere,
look at
I don't
Penn
know
State.
where.
Penn State is probably win both Minnesota and Maryland.
Yep. Penn
They're
State's
gonna
getting
win
in.
both games. They're going to be 11-1 as well.
Yep. Penn
I
State.
think they're in. I don't think we have to look at Illinois.
So you
All right.
think
So
you
who's the
think Big
who's the
Ten
last?
gets 4 in?
Well, Georgia's getting to get 4 in, or I mean SEC, because that's the last 2 spots.
Well, we can't have 2 teams or two conferences with 4 teams in.
They're
You
at,
can.
Sure.
Even if
Yeah, you could.
okay, here's the question:
who are you going to put in?
Ohio State. If Ohio State loses to Oregon again, are they out?
No,
No. Then in that scenario,
Oh,
there's 4
no.
Big Ten teams
wait,
that
wait,
are in.
wait. Who's their other quality wins?
They don't.
They got Penn State.
Penn
That's-
State.
Penn State.
That's considered quality
and
They'll
and
beat
Indiana.
Indiana
if they beat Indiana.
if
Well,
they
if
do.
they went to the championship, they would have. So
Yeah.
But they had a very close loss on the road to the number
To-
1 team.
Yeah, to Oregon.
But in this scenario, if Ohio State plays Oregon again
And
and
loses,
beats Indiana to get there, and they lose,
I still
Doug?
think they're getting in.
We already had this, didn't we?
so
had
bro,
this-
in
hang on,
that
hang on, hang on.
case, the
We
Big
had
Ten
this
gets
like
4
years ago,
bids.
didn't we? Right. But hang on. Didn't we have this 4 years ago? Where we had, I think it was the Big Ten as well. We had a team that lost to the same team. I think it was like Ohio State or Michigan. They lost to the same team twice, once during the regular season and once in their championship game.
Still got in.
And they still got it. So there's precedent.
It couldn't
Yeah,
have been
and that was
Ohio State
it was
and
a
Michigan
it
because
was
they
a
were in the
4
same
team.
division.
Okay. Well, so then it might have been Ohio State and Penn State. Is Penn State in the same division?
Ohio State.
No, Penn State hasn't beat a top
long time.
5 opponent, top 10 opponent.
I don't know the scenario you're talking
Not
about,
sure.
but right now,
Okay, who do you want
what
to?
you're
Okay,
saying
okay,
with
Jim.
the-
Okay, Jim. I get it. Who do you want to take out? You want to take Penn State, Indy, Ohio State out, or Oregon?
I think if Ohio State loses to Oregon again, they're out.
Well, we can't predict their wins and losses. We're talking about who's going to get in.
I mean, to be fair, we've
what
just
we're
done that for
doing.
the last hour.
Oh, sure.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. I guess I misspoke.
So
I didn't articulate correctly.
So if
Who are you putting in over Ohio State, even with a loss in the Big Ten championship?
With a second loss in the Big Ten championship, so personally, I also don't think Penn State deserves a bid either, but
they're getting in.
They could get in. It gets
they'll
super
be
convoluted,
11-1.
dude. There's going to be a lot of chapped asses, is what.
But
I'm
like I
trying
was
to say.
saying, the Big Ten is stronger than the SEC.
So actually, Jim, I think I disagree. I don't think there's going to be a lot of chapped asses. I think there's going to be 1 or 2 teams that have a fair argument to say we should have been in this year. I think it's going to look like last year, where FSU and Georgia had a fair argument to say we should have been in. We were one of the best 4 teams in the country.
And that's a chapped ass.
Yes, but I think if these 4 teams are in, Brad, Oregon, Indiana, Ohio State, and Penn State,
Right.
if Colorado's in, if SMU and Miami are in, and then Texas, A&M, Georgia, and Alabama, how many teams is that?
Too many.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I was painting.
So,
Say again.
Hang on, we already have the conference champions.
Yep.
Let me see his board.
We got
right?
2 left.
Georgia.
And A&M.
You think that's the 2?
Nope. I don't.
So let's put some possibles over here. All right, so we got Ole Miss,
Ole Piss.
So if I'm being honest,
Tennessee.
Unless Ole Miss goes, I don't think they get in this year.
Well, we're saying possibles. We're just saying possibles.
Okay, that's true.
We got Ole Miss,
Tennessee,
we got
Georgia, and A&M.
But wait, what about BYU? Put BYU.
we will.
in that
We will.
category
We
too.
will. Hang on.
Getting real defensive over there, my brother.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
BYU.
He's your co-host. You gotta be a little nice. You want to keep him around.
Make that E better. There we go. Who else is a possible?
Honestly, I
The
think
U
that's
is Miami, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
Clemson.
Yeah, you have to write Clemson. Honestly, I think we're going to take care of them. They'll
We
be a
can't
lost team.
bank on South Carolina getting the job done.
You don't need to worry about the Big 12. Big 10, you've got 4 teams. So, okay, do you think 1, 2, 3. So they'll put another SEC team in. It's too much money. It's too much money to leave out. So let's throw Georgia in there. They already got Texas, so they already got the state of Texas. So throw Georgia in there. I don't think I think the only way BYU's getting in, the only way Big 12 is getting 2 teams in is if BYU wins the championship.
They put Colorado in.
Yeah,
and in that scenario, Colorado's out anyway.
Yeah. We would just switch. Yeah,
Correct.
Just switch.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah. I think
So put a star next to BYU, please.
I think Tennessee gets the nod.
You think so?
I do.
Nope.
I think
Matt, was that a yep or a nope?
That's a nope. Their strength of schedule is 2 weak, I think.
I guess they have been emphasizing strength of schedule, haven't they?
Not according to Georgia.
A loss to Arkansas, who's barely 500, if not below.
But now we're now,
You know what? Hang on. What would change this entirely if Texas were to win the SEC championship?
yeah.
I believe Bama would be out.
well,
So with that would clear up
Hang on. Let's just
another spot.
let's just do it this way then. We'll take Texas out. You think Texas would be out, or you say Texas wins here and Bama's out entirely. So Tex.
I will tell you, you're doing a much better job of this at drawing and everything than I would have thought you'd be able to.
No, yeah, seriously. This is pretty good.
Like the
assuming
Pretty good.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to
Bama loses,
put it out. Yeah.
Yeah, if Bama loses the championship, they're out anyways.
They're out.
Yeah.
I
So,
completely agree.
actually,
You can
you
write
too.
them down there though, but I think they're out.
No, yeah, we'll leave them out because that'd be 3 losses if we're gonna
Yeah.
give them credit for a
So-
win.
Yeah.
So you think A&M would be the next team up?
But we got to go back to the Big Ten, I think.
Yes,
'Cause I think Illinois.
A&M,
we're looking
A&M's
No,
gonna have a
I'm
bid.
sorry. I don't think Illinois gets a shot this year.
No,
Illinois is
I think
already a
Illinois is
3-loss
out.
team.
3
like-
loss.
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah.
Out of the 2-loss teams that are going to be
But
in the SEC.
okay, if Illinois gets a shot, if you want to write Illinois down there, then you have to write South Carolina down there.
You know who we forgot? I'm glad we took Texas out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we
Very
did.
Oh,
But that is assuming they beat Army.
that's hinging on Army.
I know.
But
Look. Okay.
Let's
You,
all be
Brad, you
honest.
can look like that. Army is 9-0.
Hey,
10-0.
hey,
Yes, but it's
let's
Army.
go troops. Let's go America.
But
Damn,
it's Army.
Donald Trump
And they're-
just won.
and they're
Come
not
on, this is
Marines,
Army's
Okay.
time.
But here we go. Let's do it. We'll put Army
Yeah,
down
right,
here.
Army down there.
Mhm.
God, this is-
Honestly,
these last 2 or 3 slots for them, I feel very bad for that committee this year. I bet you they thought that
It's rough.
that football was going to make it easy for them this year. 12
No.
teams, oh, that'd be easy.
Which is why they're going to go to 14 here in another year or two.
Oh God,
Guarantee it. Guarantee it. The talk is already there.
They might as well just go to 16. Might as
Yeah.
well.
that's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah.
You'll start playing. You'll start having the fucking. Ooh,
That just adds more
actually,
games.
What
That's
if-
No,
too
just
many
get
more
rid
games.
of conference championships.
What if you
they're
had?
irrelevant.
Yes, please.
That
No,
was
no, I
actually a
disagree.
talking point I want to get to is that
I
in
highly
this,
disagree.
if the playoffs are the goal, are the standard, the conference championship is nothing more than another opportunity to
So-
get injured.
Just
So
like with
here's the thing.
basketball.
Here's
Same
the
thing with
thing.
basketball.
The only chance that happens is if you find a new way to rank your 1 through 4.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
I do not think you get rid of conference champions. We have conference champions in the NFL.
Well,
They have division champions.
Yeah. So I don't think they're going anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised to see certain people maybe on injury lists for that game and not playing to save them I'll tell you exactly what happened. The same thing they do in baseball. You will see certain teams, let's say Oregon. Who's Oregon's best player? Actually, Oregon's probably not. No, yeah, we'll use Oregon. Who's
Dylan
Oregon's best player?
Gabriel.
Okay, Dylan Gabriel probably ends up on the injury report saying, I have a sprained, I have turf toe.
Yeah.
Okay. Oregon's in no matter what.
Yeah.
Oregon can lose their conference championship. They'll bench him, start their backup. I assume their backup's still a pretty good guy.
Sure.
And they'll roll the dice. They'll do the
Absolutely.
same thing that baseball teams have been doing for 20 years.
Absolutely.
So that's what will happen. The conference championships aren't going anywhere.
But
They'll start treating it like the ball games where you sit out for ball
No,
games.
because if you sit out, I bet you a rule pops up real quick. If you sit out the conference championship for anything other than an injury, you are out for the season.
Well, no, yeah, I'm saying the same thing. They'll get around it with that loophole, the injury.
But
yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and say it now, but this is the most advantageous spot to be in the playoff bracket.
absolutely.
now
Same as a draft board.
too,
Yeah,
our
5 seeds
numbers
coveted.
aren't perfect. So
Do what?
I said our numbering isn't perfect though.
Oh yeah,
course
I'm not
it
worried. Yeah, I'm
No.
not worried about numbering.
Of course
Yeah.
it is.
No,
Yeah,
it's
Perfect right here.
It's
We are
absolutely.
the premier college football group.
That's
here.
right. We're national news.
Nationally recognized.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
zooted.
yeah. Up yours, Ken Palm.
I got to quit buying these because apparently they support something I don't. So, unfortunate.
And what is that?
Oh, shucks.
What, Zen?
Yeah.
It's a
No,
nicotine.
no. What is the thing that they support that you don't?
They donated like $17 million to the Harris Walls campaign.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, got to find
stupid son of a bitch.
Got to find another brand.
How much did they
Unfortunate.
donate to Trump?
I don't think they did.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're telling me
It's kind of like Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, Tucker
Yeah.
Carlson goes and does basically one of the biggest ads for Zen, and
Yeah. Now he disowns them.
so,
Yeah. No, he disowned them. That's how I found out about it.
oh, God.
Watching Tucker. Yeah. Anyway, who's getting this 8 spot, guys? Back where I was talking about, if we're going to value, why are we valuing
stick an
2
asterisk
loss SEC
on-
teams
stick an
over 2
asterisk on Notre Dame.
loss Big Ten teams?
Stick an asterisk on Notre Dame because I think Notre Dame is the most unlikely on here. I think
If
I
they
think
were
Notre
to
Dame
lose
loses
to Army, they're out
Yeah,
for
they're out.
sure.
Absolutely.
And Army is in. So that
Army
that's
has to
an
climb.
easy-
Army has to climb several.
No. That would be an easy flip flop.
Army does like Notre Dame. Army doesn't have the conference to get in.
But Army will have an extra game.
Yes.
If Army beats Navy at the end of the year and then beats them again in the Army Navy game, I think Army gets in.
Yeah.
Easily.
So we want to.
That's what I'm saying.
Is
So
it
Notre
like-
Dame
is
and
it a
Army
1-for-1
are interchangeable to me.
What-
And
What's-
I think
what's
it'll
the
be a
likelihood that
1-for-1.
What do you
So
think?
I think
What's the likelihood
I think,
that neither of them get in?
High.
So I think it depends. I think if Army loses in the championship to Navy, I think they're out.
Correct.
But if they lose in the Commander Bowl, I think they're in.
So do we want to do like a slash Army right here?
But yeah, I mean, yeah,
I think it's
that numbering.
I think
right there doesn't
A&M
matter.
takes.
I
takes
think it's more likely that neither Notre Dame or Army gets in than Army getting in. Period.
So on
'Cause
this,
who's their win besides
on
Notre
this,
Dame?
hold on. On this, Texas going to the SEC championship. If A&M beats Texas, does that still happen?
Well, then we go to the coin flip ish scenario because there'll be 5 tied teams. So it's still up in the air.
Okay.
Or no,
And if A&M lost,
well, A&M would
be
actually
correct.
go. So actually, A&M's the only one
SEC.
going to the SEC championship game, right? It's technically Texas A&M and Texas right now because they only have 1 conference loss, right?
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Let me see.
God, I love being that conference loss for A&M.
Right. Good boys.
Right?
Hit the SEC, please.
Yes. I actually forgot I was sharing.
Yeah. So the issue is even if they lose, A&M is out. So if A&M loses to Texas, they're completely out.
What if they lose close?
No, completely out.
You're talking about
there's precedent for
Three-loss
that.
team. Bro, there's too many 2-loss teams to even consider a 3-loss. It's not happening.
They played an extra game.
Yeah, but they lost to fucking Notre Dame. It's not happening.
And Notre Dame's in our playoff bracket. I mean,
and they lost to South Carolina. It's not happening. So,
who has lost nothing but close games to really good teams? Well,
don't stroke Caleb's ego.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough.
You don't know me well enough yet, but
Matt, am I crazy here? If Texas A&M loses to Texas, they're out, right?
Yeah, if you got 3 losses, I don't care who you are, it's going to be very tough.
I know it's
Very
sucks.
tough, if
It
not
really sucks.
impossible.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of help, a
It
lot.
just sucks.
Yeah.
Shut up, Caleb.
Look, I just can't wait for ESPN to put out their numbers on Tuesday and give us like a 33% chance now. And
Right.
we're all going to be riding that 33%. We're going to win next week. They're going to be like 42%. And then we be Clemson. They're going to be like, I think there's probably about a 58%, 62% chance South Carolina is able to get in. The playoff committee comes on Tuesday, on whatever that Tuesday is. It goes, no fucking, are y'all fucking crazy? No, they're not.
Right.
Sponsor of the
Yeah, let's actually do a little shout out real quick. Hey, if you're listening and you're watching on the
go to
Twitters,
bed.
or no, don't do that. If you're watching on the Twitters or Facebook, get over to the YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, do all that good stuff. Today's bourbon of choice is James E. Pepper. And she's got a lot of flavor and a lot of kick to it. So,
By the way, that was full this afternoon.
yes, I opened that.
Oh,
before
shit.
the stream.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you did. Oh, buddy, we're going to talk after the stream.
Yeah, it's
okay.
doing all right.
It actually
It
looked
papers
fine.
outward, so we're doing fine. We're on number 4 pour, so I'm gonna
okay,
take
that's
this
not
one
bad.
real slow.
I'm just fucking
Yeah.
with you. You know that.
No, number 4 is where she starts getting shady. But yeah, no.
Yeah,
So let's pull that back up.
I think we need to revisit the 2 lost teams in the Big Ten because we do
Let's
have
go back to the Big
SEC.
Ten.
We have SEC blinders on. We think the SEC is strong. We do have a bias.
Okay. So, but we've got all 2 lost teams in the Big Ten in.
Yeah, we do. We do. So never mind.
Yeah.
I am dumb.
So, okay. So then here's the question. Okay. Let's say that they decide Penn State hasn't played fucking anybody.
What about
They don't get to
Iowa
go.
State? That's mid-12. And they've had a
I'm
relative.
very
Say that
grateful
again.
for you
Say
telling
that
me
again, please.
What about Iowa State?
He's a stupid son of a bitch.
had a relatively good season. Okay, listen.
What do you mean? 8-2 is a good season. There's no relatively about it.
What?
So
Yeah, they had a special in game day about them, didn't they?
here's what I'll tell you.
Actually, going to put them in
where is it?
the possibles.
Yeah.
Hang on. Fucking hell. Where? Oh, here we go.
Because, we are in the era still of, equity and inclusion. So we can't.
Oh, shut your dick.
Wrong. You're fake news.
Gotta include those flyover states.
That's right.
That's right. It's Trump's America.
As we know.
As you do.
And hell, for that matter, Arizona State. We got to put them in there because they're a 2-loss team that is more than likely going to win out.
No, not even considered.
Why? Why?
Because they're Arizona.
Look at their strength of schedule.
Yeah, bro. It's not even.
So hang on. Here's why. Okay. Here's why. Because
you gave 4 Big Ten teams to buy.
It doesn't matter. Everything you're saying does not matter. Do you know the reason is because of what the top 12 standings are? You do not see Arizona State or Iowa State here.
Yeah.
There is no way in hell
no ranked
they are
matchup.
able to get into the top
Good
12.
call, Caleb. Good.
They got to be ranked first.
Yeah. So just because they are, just because Iowa State is 8-2, probably going to be 10-2 at the end of the season, maybe gets 23, 24, sure. But just because they only have 2 losses, this is the same argument UCF had 7 years ago. UCF was undefeated for like 3 years in a row. Doesn't matter.
They're also
you have to
group
get
of
ranked.
5, so
Yeah, okay.
Well, I retract. I was just trying to look into 2-team losses and how that, because we
So
all
I
know
really went at you there for a second.
yeah. Let's take about 10 to 15% off of their Squirrely Dan.
I know the playoff rankings don't matter until 2 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to probably change. I don't want to use the word dramatically, but there will be some turnover.
Yeah,
I don't think there'll be as much shift as we think there's gonna be.
Look, at the end of the day, what has to happen is these top 12 teams. I mean, BYU is going to drop. Well, they'll probably drop to 10. They'll probably get the same punishment. Alabama,
Ole Miss and Bama are going to. Ole Miss and Alabama will slide up 1 or 2. Georgia will slide up. Tennessee will drop probably to 12.
I think Georgia jumps Alabama.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
possibly.
I don't think they can't. I don't think they'll do it.
They'll
keep that same order, but they'll just slide up 2 spots.
Oh, right now they're showing it on ESPN right now.
What's
They've got
their prediction?
Georgia as 11 seed, Bama's 9.
Everybody just jump up 1.
Yeah,
BYU
they got
drop.
Boise, Oregon, Miami, and Texas as their conference champions.
Where did they put BYU? Do they put BYU in?
Probably 13.
Let me back it up.
You're watching college football final, ain't you?
Yeah, BYU is 12.
So first team out.
First team. Well,
no, first.
No, they're facing Ohio State,
they're
5
where
seed.
they should be.
Yeah, 12 is the first team out because of that group of 5 guy.
Yeah.
Well, Boise would be
a group of 5.
Yeah. So they're right where they should be.
Yeah. Boise 12 at Ohio State, which is 5th seed.
We could be potentially looking at, if you drop BYU out and just put them behind that, we're looking at the playoff.
Yeah, I mean, this is if Notre Dame loses to Army, they're out. So there's an extra spot.
But where does Tennessee go? Tennessee is going somewhere too.
Hang on. There's no ACC.
Bowl.
I guess Miami. So Miami.
Tennessee's out.
Is the ACC.
So
champion.
Tennessee goes out. Trade them with SMU.
Mm-hmm.
So we're taking SMU out.
I would trade
Indiana.
But Ohio State has to beat Oregon in your thing because they lost to Oregon. If they lose to Oregon, then you have them out.
Honestly, it makes it more complicated if Ohio State beats Oregon, because then that would pretty much ensure the Big Ten get 4 seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Penn State and
the Big Ten real quick.
Indiana.
Because Oregon on 1 loss to Ohio State would
Oregon gets in. Ohio
they
State
would
gets
probably
in.
be number 5.
Indiana gets in. I think so. I really wouldn't be surprised. Penn State was probably going to win both of these, but it wouldn't shock me if they said no to Penn State and yes to someone else. I think there'd be a lot of people that were like, but the numbers, like we're all about the numbers, aren't we? But it just wouldn't shock me.
No, Penn State doesn't deserve to be in, I don't think.
Right. So it wouldn't shock me if Penn State, because
although they did play a very close and a tight, tough game with Ohio State, so
they're going to look at ratings
too. They did play
too.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Did they play Michigan? I don't think they played Michigan.
I don't think so.
Even if they did, Michigan is not Michigan.
Yeah.
They do value that Michigan win, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
did they play
yeah.
them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, they think Michigan is last year's Michigan.
Yeah. Three of your top 4 got that only caliber win of Michigan.
Did they play them at all?
No.
Michigan?
No.
That's why I don't buy into the strength of schedule perspective, because this playoff bracket we just looked at from CFF or whatever has no strength of schedule involved in it. None.
Mm-hmm.
It should, but yes, you're right. I think these people who are voting are oblivious to it.
Yeah, they're going solely off a record.
Well, and so that's the thing that kind of annoys me. Remember when the first playoff committee was announced? You remember who one of the people were? Condoleezza Rice.
Yeah.
What the fuck does she know about football? And not because she's a she. She's a fucking politician.
A war
Yeah.
warhawk.
What does she know about football?
Yeah, a
Nothing.
warhawk too.
Not
yeah.
enough.
So we got one spot left, guys. Who's it gonna be? Ole Miss, Tennessee,
Let me
A&M.
see your thing.
Ole Miss.
Do we want to take SMU out?
No, no, I don't.
No, SMU's in.
Yeah,
All
even
right.
if they lose their conference championship, I think they're in.
Yeah.
But
You know
Where
what?
they rank right
give
now?
me Clemson.
Fuck you, Jim.
Wouldn't that would be the clumsiest
They're not losing.
thing to do.
We're gonna beat them and knock them completely out of competition.
I fucking hope so.
We did it last time.
Give me Clemson instead of Notre Dame because Notre Dame will lose to Army.
So fuck you, man. You got Army beat Notre Dame. You don't think South Carolina can beat Clemson?
That is.
Yep.
Where's the game at?
Have you ever seen? You ever seen Charlie the Unicorn?
Yeah, where is the Clemson South Carolina game this year?
Clemson. And last time it was at Clemson, we beat them.
Mm-hmm. With a little help from.
I'd feel a lot better if it was at Willie B at night.
I would too. Holy shit.
This year?
But, we already had our money game here. Oh, shit, what was our money game this year? Oh, it's probably LSU.
I just don't. I mean, I guess we'll do it, but
I'm sorry. I do not agree at all.
I don't either. I don't
think Clemson gets in, guys.
He switches right.
No, even if we lose them, I don't think they get it. I don't think they take 3 ACC teams.
Do you think it's still Notre Dame or
no?
or...
I think so. So here's the thing.
You know
Notre
what? We
Dame
could take Penn State out. I think Penn State's.
This is what I think it is. I think it's A&M. I really do. I think A&M. I'm trying to remember. Okay, so I think A&M loses to Texas and a heartbreaker. I think it's like Quinn or Arch drive down the field with like 24 seconds left in the game. Like it's going to be a crazy game. And I'll tell you what, I'll bet. I think it should be at Carolina Clemson, but I'll bet you that's where game day goes.
I kind of like this.
What about Penn State? I think Penn State gets deleted.
Yeah, I do too, and I like Matt there. I think Ole Miss gets in this year.
So then, who do you put here?
Put where?
In this, you already got Ole Miss down there at 8.
Oh yeah, so take
BYU.
You think BYU goes in?
Yep.
BYU over Tennessee.
Yes.
Yeah.
BYU after losing their conference,
a loss to Kansas and one loss to Colorado in a tight game. BYU gets number 6.
Do you think it has to be a tight game? If Colorado blows them out, you think it's gone?
Yeah, I think they're going to look at margin of
if
victory.
Colorado blows them out, let me see the SEC again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I'm going to go grab another beer.
Okay.
ESPN still says Tennessee has 63% chance to reach the playoffs, but I don't know.
But wait. Alabama.
But if they lose to Texas,
oh, you're right. You're right. If they lose to Texas, then no.
Yeah, we are.
Oh shit. Man, this is convoluted as hell. We've got AMM. Oh. You know what? There's a possibility that we actually go Tennessee.
I don't think so. I think you're right the first time.
Okay.
Even with a bad conference loss to Colorado, a 2-loss BYU.
The committee's not looking. The committee is not looking at the quality of the wins.
Correct.
They're looking at numbers. So
who can get the best ratings?
So
SEC teams.
Now,
but they would put in. Hold on.
Yeah.
But they would put in BYU over Penn State.
No, I don't think they will at all.
Okay, so then that goes back to Penn State.
So
who do you have that would be
a
better bid than Penn State is my question. That's why I was hesitant on BYU because I don't think BYU is a better bid than Penn State.
I think Tennessee's better than Penn State. I
so
think
too.
Clemson's better than Penn State. Hell, I think Pitt would be better than Penn State.
If Clemson loses South Carolina, obviously they're out. But
Yeah, 100%.
Tennessee
And South Carolina's in.
gets a good win over Vandy.
Does Tennessee have to spank Vandy?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
no.
no, I don't know about spank, but
one score game, like a 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I still think they would go with Penn State, to be honest, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
think there
They'll want the matchup.
I think there is an SEC bias that they're trying to negate.
We already got four. SEC
Yeah, they
teams
want
in.
so
Right.
Here's the thing. I got a lot of experience with this with baseball, where they do everything they can. There are a lot of times that the SEC deserves to have basically the entire conference in the playoffs, and with the exception of maybe their bottom two teams, and they do whatever they can to make sure that the SEC only has about 9 or 10 teams. So I promise you right now that every single person on this committee has called and talked to ADs that are on the baseball committee and said, how do we do this? What language do we use? We need ways to make sure that we don't favor a conference.
Right.
And having 4 SEC teams, I think that's enough. There might be 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 teams in the SEC that I think could beat
Penn State.
That all of them could beat Penn State.
Yeah.
But there are 7 teams in the SEC that I think could beat 22 of the top 25 teams in the country.
Sure.
Every day of the week.
Yeah.
Granted, half of those teams, all those teams are in the top 25. But I don't think you're going to see 5 SEC teams. So I think we've got our 4. There's 1 or 2 of these, like Ole Miss. Ole Miss could get replaced by Tennessee. I get Matt really wanted to be a true football fan and be like, I don't think Tennessee deserves it this year, but I wouldn't be shocked to see them in there.
There's a lot of hype around Tennessee.
Yes, I think there's more conversation around Tennessee than there is Ole Miss.
Look, tonight withstanding, Tennessee's defense deserves a playoff berth. I don't think their offense does right now, but their defense.
Wouldn't it be fun to do like an all-star type thing where you go, we're going to take South Carolina's defense, we're going to take this team's offense, we're going to put them together and see what they can do.
You give me tonight's Georgia offense with Tennessee's defense.
Oh, yeah.
This year's Georgia offense?
I'll take it.
No, tonight's.
Oh, shit.
Tonight's passing efficiency.
You're smoking the devil's lettuce again.
Tonight's game plan.
So, okay, look, here's the deal. I think that number 6 spot is either Notre Dame or Army.
Yep.
Fuck.
And
I think that's it.
Yep. It's got to be that.
I hate to say it, but it's Notre Dame or Army. And one of the reasons is because y'all cannot tell me that Notre Dame wins beats Army in next week. Notre Dame's in. Every Catholic in the United States is going to watch Notre Dame. But you cannot tell me that Army beats Notre Dame and then gets the opportunity to go. America is going to watch that game. I'll bet you it'll be if Army goes and they play, so let's say they're the 11th seed and they play, who would that match them up against? A&M?
Let's see. I can scroll down. So let's see. So 1v12, right?
Well, in this case, it would be 5v12.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's 6v11, and I have Army being the 11th seed.
Well, let me write down the so it'd be 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 10, 9, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4
I'm just impressed every time you do it.
versus the winner of those.
Yeah.
So
yeah, everyone would be watching Army versus A&M. Everyone. It would be. I think it would track higher than the Super Bowl. It would be incredible.
Actually, these would be inverse because these guys get home games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you put a V there, so technically you're fine.
Yeah.
If you put an at there, you'd be wrong.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
part of that whole baseball mindset. We're getting close. We're getting so close. It's almost baseball
Bro,
season.
shit is fucking wild. Okay.
All I'm gonna say is we should do this for the next 2-3 weeks, and then do this for the CFB and see how close we are.
100%. Yeah. We'll refer back to this.
Well, let me save
this.
it.
Yeah, make sure you save it.
Let me save
Well,
it.
we'll be able to pull it back up in stream, but
Save it into.
But look, let's go ahead and knock out the rest of our segments.
Yeah, because it's getting late.
What week is it? Is it week 11 tonight? Or week 12?
12. Did Game Day get it right?
Game Day was at
Georgia, Tennessee?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't watch the game. I love how I just kind of took over right here. I didn't watch the game. I think second place is probably so here's the deal. Technically, I think second place should have been, kind of following the rules of Game Day. Should have been Clemson Pitt as higher ranked matchup. It was for control of the conference, or what kind of control of the conference for that shot at the conference championship.
Right.
The loser was not going to get in. They were both, I think, like 6-1 in the conference. So I think that would have been a good game. And as I understand it, it actually ended up being a good game. But I also think Carolina, Missouri would have been a good game as well. But I think there's more to do at Tennessee and Georgia. And I think Georgia, Athens is it's a great location to have it at. So I think they got it right.
Matt Tween, thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I think they got it right. This game had the biggest stakes than any other tonight or today.
It was ranked on ranked.
Yeah.
Top 15 matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Georgia, classic
Georgia dynasty back against the wall.
Tennessee back against the wall, like everything you would, in my opinion, you would want. The only thing it didn't have, it's something that Brad talked about in the past, is the introduction to a new place, a atmosphere that had not received that before. I think that's the only thing that it did not have.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think, Brad?
That's more of a early in the year kind of thing.
Yeah.
I also agree with that.
Yeah,
as well.
up to week 8, you should be going around everywhere to fun games.
Yeah, go to State.
Do your feel good stories and everything else.
Not necessarily 1 versus 2. Like, who cares?
If you got the opportunity, but it adds to like I think the Oregon Ohio State game was a perfect place to go.
You had to go to that one.
Yeah.
Had to.
And it just happened to be 2 versus 3, something like that.
Yeah,
it was very close.
See, like in my opinion, the best game day so far location was the Cal Miami, like that.
Really? Okay.
Like because it was just so random.
It was new too. It was the first time they ever been to Cal.
Like it was nice.
Which is funny when you consider Aaron Rodgers went to Cal.
Yeah,
like it's kind of surprising they didn't go when they were never good enough for him to go there, or they would go there with him.
Mm-hmm.
But we can do a season recap at game day later. Did they get it right today? Yes, they did. With all the implications being the second week of playoff predictions,
I've got it as well.
The implications on the teams, as everyone's already said. I don't want to regurgitate everything. And it's Athens. It's like almost the best place in the world.
It's where it's at.
I said almost.
Yeah. And look, I love Willie B. but there are times that I do wish it was on campus. There's also times I'm very happy it isn't on campus. But it is nice. I guess if you're a student, it's really nice to have your stadium on campus.
Right. Yeah.
But if you're a traveling fan, it's really nice to not have it on campus.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the traveling fan pays more money.
Right. All right. So, Caleb, you said you have it. Let's see Pat McAfee kick of the game. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I should probably unmute it, shouldn't I?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So,
I think you're right.
I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I'll break it down real quick. So obviously
No. Oh shit! It's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the dude's kicking. I think this is like his girlfriend or something. They're gonna.
No, she won a raffle and she got to pick the kicker of her choosing.
Oh. So I hope they went out on a date.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you,
sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So it started as a $400,000 kick. They were going to split 200, and then 200 was going to go to hurricane relief. About 3 seconds before he kicks, Pat goes, "You know what? Let's double it.
1 kick
to y'all. For 1 kick, no retry." So this, and then Kurt makes some jokes about how he doesn't even set up. He just plants his feet and gets ready to go.
Relief. 400,000 to you two split. 200 grand each. Henry Silver from Indiana for Bell Sessions.
He goes to Indiana as well. He's not even in Georgia fan.
Let's go, Henry. Oh my!
Holy shit!
Drilled it.
That'd have been good from 50.
Henry,
Yeah.
you want to come kick for South Carolina?
God
Oh,
damn,
shit.
son!
That's the best kick so far.
Holy shit!
Let's
He
watch
drilled
that
it.
again.
400,000 to Hurricane Relief. 400,000 to you two split. 200
The
grand
quiet
each. Henry
confidence.
Silver from Indiana for Bell Sessions. Let's go, Henry. Oh my!
God, the boom on that too, son.
If anyone's curious, he definitely got laid tonight.
Oh yeah. You know that my buddy. I think I'm in. He works
Look at her face.
today.
Sorry, Pratt, what'd you say?
Just speaking about the environment, and I'm sure that kick just escalated it even further.
Oh,
but my
absolutely.
buddy works for Clarks County Sheriff's Department. He said that place was crazy today.
I bet.
Hmm.
How many speeding tickets did he give out?
He's
Well, after the game, probably a few.
Yeah.
no, he didn't work today. He was Just-
Good man.
he did say he tried
Turn
to
the-
sneak into the game about halftime.
So it sounds like Herb Street accidentally told everyone where they're going next week. Anybody want to guess?
Accidentally.
Let's see.
It's going to be Ohio State, Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think means that there's really only 2 or 3 locations.
Where is
Or-
that game?
I think it's at the
Let's
shoe.
see.
Is it at the shoe?
Columbus. Yeah, Ohio.
Yeah.
But okay, so I do have a question real quick. I know we all got we're getting ready to go to bed. I've seen this be an issue now for a little bit. And what do y'all think about Big Noon?
Who's going first?
The
About
big
what?
Nooner?
Big noon kickoff.
It sounds like Brad's got something he really wants to say. So, Brad, what do you think?
Last year, Big Noon was lit because every game was awesome. I think there was only like 2 misses last year.
And this year?
And this year, it's terrible.
I agree.
I'm not familiar with this.
Big
So,
Noon is the
this the
biggest
noon-
Big Ten game.
It's Fox.
CBS.
Is it
Fox.
CBS? No, it's
Oh, is it
Fox.
Fox? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So this year, because CBS
Big
no longer
Noon
does
Nooner.
yeah, because CBS no longer does the SEC, Fox and CBS split the games.
Yep.
So Fox, like last year, they would always have like it was good last year. Like it was a great way to start college football off. For people who obsessively watch college football. But this year it's just been.
Well, they also did the Big 12 too. So like the
games were
Oklahoma,
just
Texas,
shit.
the Red River
And Joel,
Red River rivalry.
Yeah.
And Joel,
Wow.
I wish he would get away from Fox because his podcast is really good.
Who?
Joel Klatt, but he is such a shill for
That sounds
corporate
like a
talking
venereal
points.
disease.
Oh God! And then what's the fellow's name? The black guy? God. Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson?
Yeah, I love hearing him make calls, but we are watching Tulane beat up on, Helen Keller School of the Deaf and Blind. He's like, oh my God, look how amazing this team. Oh, it's so.
Come on, you motherfucker.
Something big's gonna happen.
Real quick, the person you said that was a huge fan of something, huge fan of who? The guy
Klatt.
before the big black guy.
Joel Klatt.
Yeah. What big fan of who?
Great podcast.
Uh-huh.
He needs to get off of the Fox network because he is nothing more than a shill for the talking points.
Okay.
He's a company man for the Fox network.
Bro, it's bad.
Okay. I remember just a little side story here real quick. I was at what's it called? I was at Cooperstown in 2018 or 17 for the Hall of Fame for baseball and for the induction weekend. And on Friday night, they have what's called the Parade of Heroes. All the Hall of Famers that are there ride in the back of brand new F-150s around Cooperstown and everyone, yeah. So this Fox guy, because Fox Sports does all the MLB stuff mostly, was just in all of our way. This camera guy just kept getting in everyone's way. He was kind of pushing me out of the way. I looked at him, I said, hey, you ever heard of Sports Center?
Low blow. But no,
I really enjoyed it.
But Big Noon this year is a big fat L.
I think part of the problem is they keep taking the big game. Why would you put the Penn State whiteout at noon? That's the dumbest decision
Because
ever.
that's their thing. It's the Big 10 Big Nooner.
Yeah. But then Penn State don't do a whiteout at noon.
Right.
That's a night game.
Yeah.
That's a night game.
Yeah.
Like it
should be.
It's a night game. Kind of like
They're idiots. And honestly,
look
CBS
at
had that
shit.
issue with us.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She's running. She's running.
Bro.
Brother. There we go. There we go. It's like the first time.
Oh. You better catch that, or else you're going to be sitting here like this.
No, it's fine. I was in the Marine Corps. I'll shave this motherfucker.
That's right. No, so the SEC sort of suffered from this for a while, right? We had CBS wanted to claim the best games of the week and put them at 3:30, which denied us from night games.
Except for like the last 4 weeks.
Forever, regardless of the importance of the Georgia-Florida game, it could never, ever be a 7:30 kick. It was always a 3:30 kick.
Hot take. 3:30 is the best slot.
I like it.
Yep.
No, God!
Because you can day drink. You can day drink and get belligerent and still go to bed on time.
So I also have a hot. Okay, I had a 3:30 kickoff, or I guess 4:15 kickoff today. I'm still up at 2:40.
Well, I'm not saying you're not a degenerate. That's not what I'm saying at all.
So I have a very
Come on, you. I said, hold up. Wait a minute.
So my hot take is actually 12 o'clock is the best kickoff.
No.
So go ahead.
So your
Go ahead.
question about Big Noon, was it about the presentation of the Big Noon or the time slot?
Well, no. So I still think if you got if your conference's best game that week should be the 7:30 time slot. It should be a night game. Every camera should be on it. Everything. Especially if you got a team like Penn State, South Carolina, Georgia, Texas, any of these teams that have nighttime things.
But you just want your team's game to get the fuck out of the way for the rest of the day.
So I was going to a game, and this might have been because it was kind of a throwaway game, but I was going to a game. I had stuff I needed to do, but it could have waited for Sunday. But I got home at like 4 o'clock. I had plenty of time to do everything I needed. And it was just like,
nice.
4 o'clock might be a really good time for a game. There's a reason every children's sporting event is at 9 a.m.
I feel that way about the 3:30 because it gives me time to do my dad chore in the morning.
See, I'm not a morning person, so that's why the 12 o'clock's better for me.
Same. Yeah.
What do you guys think about SEC and Big Ten announcing a deal with Max for next year? 16 game.
Absolutely no. Hard no.
Absolutely
Let's
dumb.
not.
Didn't they try that with Peacock this year or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody did.
Please not follow it in the footsteps of the NFL. Where we have to
it's
get Amazon Prime, we have to get Max, we have to get this, we have to get the NFL package.
In order to watch,
it's the Disney model. You got to get that streaming.
Every single NFL game this season, you had to spend over $300 a month
to watch your team every single game.
Yeah, it is retarded.
No,
but that's
not doing that.
That's exactly what college
Here's
football's
my
going.
message to that.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Okay, you need to find a way to do AI of that for them to say, go fuck yourself, whoever the big bad is.
Yeah.
We talked about this earlier in the show, though. We're getting priced out of our sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going to be just
we're even getting priced out of it. Well, so yeah, and what's annoying is they just announced a bunch of new renovations at Willie B, and the main part of those renovations are a whole bunch of new executive suites and stuff like that. South Carolina needs a bunch of new ones. I think we're like 12th in the SEC and like availability of like high price stuff for like, rich people.
Right.
So we need to upgrade those executive areas, but I think we're removing like 4,000 seats in order to do it. And that's just not now we're losing them in the short term. In the long term, we're actually going to fill in the bowl and I think we're going to add about 10 to 15,000 new seats. So we'll end up having about 90,000 in that stadium. We have
Tennessee Vols some when they remodel theirs.
Well, and every like 4 or 5 years, everyone loses about 1,000 seats because they move, they stretch out the seats a little bit. So like a decade ago, South Carolina had like 89,000 seats.
Yeah.
And then they increased the room. They gave like everyone like an extra inch. So they lost like 5,000 seats. Though I think the only people that do that is fucking the big house.
Well, when it comes to this model, this method, let's look at one of the most profitable sports in the world, Formula One.
So I'm okay because it's actually very cheap to attend a Formula One race in Europe.
Yeah, not in the United States.
No, it's not. It's extremely expensive here. And I think that's because the perception of Formula One is very different here in the U.S.
Absolutely.
Or in Europe. Here, it's seen as like a 1%ers thing. Mm-hmm. There, it's seen sort of like NASCAR is here.
Yeah, we see it
not the redneck part, but just the availability to the masses.
here in the United States. Every race is treated like Monaco.
Mm-hmm.
Every
right.
Miami is really fun. It's a really cool track. Everything there is really cool. Texas is incredible. Austin is such a cool area to have that.
Vegas
I hate the layout of the track. It should. I think it's dumb that it looks like a pig. I get it, but I think it's dumb. Vegas is shit.
Yeah, but the environment of Vegas is cool. The track
it's a cool place to put it. The track is shit, and what they do to the people of Vegas is shit. Like putting stuff up so they can't see is fucking dog shit.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna get priced out of college football in the next 5 years.
Yeah,
when there's a 32 team playoff and we have 2 super conferences, and it's pretty much just the minor league of the NFL. Even though I think college football does better margins than the NFL.
It does.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know why we're trying to NFL college football, but
I don't know. Greedy
money.
nonsense. Boys, we've been going 3 hours, 15 minutes.
We've been going longer than that game lasted.
Super high note to end on. But
I finally found that fumble.
Yeah, it's a fumble. That's a fumble.
Do what?
Yeah, he
60-40.
He caught it.
I'm not entirely sure he truly has possession.
You talking about the Oscar Delp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he does make a football move, but
does he have it's moving a little bit. Did that go to review?
No.
You know, I'm pretty sure
decided without review.
No, they did review it, but it was a quick review.
Okay. Yeah.
He had not finished the process of the catch.
He's got possession right there.
Yeah,
but he's turning his body.
Yeah, that's a football move. Fumble.
See, the thing is that little shimmy the ball does before the hit, I think really does question. See, right there's like a shimmy that the ball does. And I think that's what made them go. I'm not sure he had it.
Good lick by Will Brooks, the walk-on safety there.
Perfect.
Everyone's trying to get him a Dan Jackson nowadays.
Yeah. Okay.
They call him the secondary DAR.
That's it.
I was trying to end it, y'all.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. I got to go to bed.
See you, Matt.
I think that's
all
it.
right. Y'all take care.
Well, I appreciate everyone's takes. Fantastic job, Matt Tween. Sorry to hand you the L, brother, but
it was already on my schedule, penciled in anyway. So,
okay.
Good luck.
Yes, sir. Well,
move on.
As always, I appreciate you being here.
Glad to be here. Thanks.
Yes, sir. So, Brad, thank you as always.
It's a pleasure.
Caleb, absolutely fantastic. Go Cox. I'm glad y'all got to win against Missouri today.
Yeah.
Everyone else listening to this, if you made it this far, for fuck's sake, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and go check out King's Advisors. And you'll catch the rest of us here next weekend. Might be a different format. We shall see what happens. But stay tuned, and everyone have a fantastic fucking night. And we will see y'all next time when I figure out which clip I want to play, which is going to be this one.
Flaming Dragon, fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face! Now, I don't know what kind of pan-Pacific bullshit power play you're trying to pull here, but Asia Jack is my territory. So whatever you're thinking, you better think again. Otherwise, I'm going to have to head down there, and I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're going to have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker.